Prepare yourself.
Oh, this is the Ninja Troll Digicast.
Hello again and welcome to the Cathedral of Wisdom for the Ninja Troll Digicast, the podcast that knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men. Not just the Shadow knows, the Ninja Troll knows. Hello everyone, my name is Tim Dixon.
You're on your own with that one.
Do what?
You're on your own with that one.
Oh, come on. Join me in the evil that lurks in men's hearts.
In the cracks.
Somewhere. My name is Tim Dixon and I am joined by Mike Worth.
Who has a very evil heart today towards Timmy's jokes. Welcome, Ninja Troll Nation. Yep. On this episode,
Leave me out to dry. I'm leaving you out to dry.
Yeah, I'm crispy. I'm not dry. On this episode of the Digicast,
Yes.
we're gonna have an amazing showcase with Timmy this time, who's gonna dig deep impact into the best sci-fi movies of all time. And I don't think Deep Impact is on that list. At least I hope it's not. Thank the Lord.
Negative. It's something that's not Deep Impact, but science fiction movies are something that's really close to my heart. So this is going to be a lot of fun to dig into it and see how many you've seen.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is it right next to the evil in your heart, or?
It's kind of in the same area, yeah.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
right.
in the cockles of my heart.
I love what the kids call those things.
Yep.
But really amazingly, in our movie and TV news, we're going to dig into the many new trailers that have come out.
Yes.
And there's some really cool details about some of the great movies coming out for the upcoming holiday and New Year season.
Mm-hmm.
And as we mentioned previously, there's a lot going on. The big crossover episode's coming over in our favorite DC universe.
Yes.
So not next week, but the week after, we're going to have a mega recap of TV shows, Arrow, Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, and Supergirl, so that we can get everybody ready for that crossover.
Yeah,
it's going to be a big one.
When actually does we talked about this earlier, but I never actually checked. When does the crossover actually hit? Is it?
Well, I hope it's before the holidays. That would be really great.
Yeah.
Because I might be a little.
I'm sure it is. Let's see.
Well, it's the 100th episode of Arrow, which is coming up real soon. Well, I guess no, 100th episode of Arrow. They're going to kick off. They said the.
Which one? Yeah, that will kick off the
crossover.
The crossover. It's
Get it.
I found the article, but
Time's
okay.
a-wasting.
Crossover begins with Supergirl on November 28th.
Ooh.
So it will be
So right after Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Sweet.
When we come back and do our next show, we'll be
It'll
through
have
it.
all happened.
It'll
So we're going to do a mega crossover recap.
Yeah,
plus everything up to now.
Because we have to catch up with everything before it happens.
Don't tell them that, Timmy. You're a bad magician.
I pulled the curtain back and let everybody see.
Oh, Toto.
Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain.
Yeah. And finally, we're going to find out this week in the Comic Rack that the top-selling comic book in October was not published by Marvel or DC.
Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. I don't think I remember it happening
in your lifetime
for a long time. Now, my lifetime is a long time.
That's
so.
true. All right, so Charlton was killing it back then.
Yeah.
Gold Geek Comics. But we're going to get things rolling with some tidbits.
Cool.
And I guess that's me too.
Yeah,
all right, here we go.
Yeah.
This is the first time we're doing the show, folks.
Yep.
All right, this is cool. So a 1-year-old boy, his dad made him a custom spaceship for his birthday. He's 1 year old. 1 year old. So barely crawling.
He doesn't even know what's going on.
So this will be on the Facebook page, but this little boy got a cupboard-sized space shuttle, like a cardboard box basically, that was outfitted with LED lights, a joystick, and some laser-cut elements, like panels, and it's incredible. You got to see the picture of this thing.
Okay. This kid is 1 year old. This is more for dad than it is. Okay. If this kid was 7 or 8, it'd be a whole different story. I'd be 100% on this.
The kid was more excited about the smash cake.
Exactly, yeah.
Than the nightmare box where it gets like epilepsy.
Nightmare box, that's right. Yeah, it's like I said, this is more for dad than it was for.
Well, the dad posted it on his Imager profile, and then Boing Boing picked it up and did a whole story on him. So he got a lot of love.
Yeah.
In other news, another thing that made the internet go crazy was a Taiwanese woman posted on her Facebook group at home that she had a major problem with her cabinets. That a stack of bowls had fallen and wedged themselves in between the door and the shelf, and they were just being held there in like suspended animation. So she took a picture of it and put it on this page and said,
open the door
how are we going to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you think about magicians who rip tablecloths off and, everything's still staying still. All right. So anyway, despite like the onslaught of tweets and like people making animations to show her how to do it and all this stuff. And there's some amazingly funny things. She definitely got trolled by, saying like, call like, Ant-Man or Ray Palmer and you'll be okay. She was able to, with some advice, slightly open the door and support the things with her hand and then sort of get it, and nothing was broken, thankfully. So
she actually managed to get him without breaking anything?
She did, yeah.
Wow.
Just patience was all she needed. and it absolutely worked out. But, man, I think that's amazing. Like, put something like that up on the internet and just you'd be surprised. Like, crowdsource it.
Oh, yeah.
But it's definitely a 70-30 thing. You get 70% good stuff, and then you get 30% like you're an idiot.
There'll be some engineers who actually have good ideas. Yeah. Then there'll be some jackass who's just.
Somebody suggested that like she like rock the whole china cabinet backwards so the bowls would. Yeah, I'm not picturing this lady doing that.
No.
Yeah.
No, because then everything's going.
That's it.
It's not a good idea.
Not for the bowls. So anyway.
Well, good for her.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
All right. Let us jump into movie and TV news.
All right.
Meanwhile, back at the Cathedral of Wisdom, it's the movie and TV news on the Ninja Troll Digicast.
All right. So the first thing, the funniest thing, sorry, more internet stuff. Twitter is just alive these days with greatness. So Captain Kirk and Chewbacca, a.k.a. Will Shatner and Peter Mayhew, have been throwing back some lighthearted insults at each other, and they're pretty funny. All right, so here goes.
Of course.
So Will Shatner says, "Happy Anniversary of Life Day." This was on November 17th at the Wookiee Roars. 38 years ago, at Hamill himself, at Carrie Fisher, 2 hours of my life. Poof, gone.
So Peter Mayhew is at the Wookiee Roars?
At the Wookiee Roars. So now you know. Now you know. That's going to be your license plate.
I like that.
Yep. And then just moments later, Peter Mayhew at the Wookiee Roars responds, at William Shatner. "Thank you, Bill. And the same to you. 2 hours, poof. Star Trek 5, The Final Frontier. I know the feeling. Last hashtag, at least you get royalties."
Ouch.
Right? If you know anything about Peter Mayhew, he's still waiting on a paycheck from, Star Wars, Empire? Like, the whole thing.
I don't know about him, but I know David Prowse says he still, to this day, has never received a cent for Return of the Jedi.
Oof.
So I don't know about Peter Mayhew on that.
Rough and stuff, man. Yeah. Well, that's George getting everybody to just show up and do whatever.
Yeah. Watch what you sign, kids.
Right. That's right.
That's right.
All right. So some cool stuff going down, and these are in sort of no particular order here, but really good piece of news. And this is really focusing on movies today. So one thing I just want to say is I am in love now with this new manga and anime called One Piece. And it is a very wacky show about this great pirate who dies, and just before he's executed for being caught, he's the richest pirate in the world. He says, "My treasure is hidden across the world, and if you can find it, it's yours." So what they say is like, this ushers in a great era of piracy.
Yeah.
And we follow this main character, Luffy, and it's wacky. It's just like a wacky, humorous, funny show, but it's really cool.
Searching for treasure. Yeah.
And they have special powers, and it's like a Final Fantasy type world, with technology and style really mixed together. So anyway, they have over 500 episodes for this show.
Wow.
I mean, they're 20 minutes apiece, granted.
Oh, okay.
But still, they build and build and build, and they have story arcs. Anyway, I'm in love with it now. It's a really fun thing. You can watch it with kids.
Who was it that told you about that? I can't remember.
So we have an exchange student staying with us from Germany, and he's like, "I love One Piece," and I'm like, "What? What does that mean?" And he showed it to me, and we watched a couple episodes, and I was hooked. I mean, I was just like, "What's going to happen next?" So anyway, their movie is coming out.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it's going to be January 10th, 2017.
Cool.
And it's going to only be in U.S. theaters for 4 days.
You better move quick.
I already put in for vacation.
There you go.
So I can do IMAX, 3D, and and Seinfeld back of the theater footage with heads and stuff at the bottom, all sorts of stuff.
It's funny that actually the premise for that sounds a lot like Ready Player One, the book by Ernest Cline, who's it's
going to be a movie. Right?
It's going to be a movie. I think 17. It's coming out 2017. Nice. It's the same kind of thing, except the guy who started this online world that everybody spends the majority of their time in now.
Yeah.
Same thing there. When he died, he left this message of himself as an avatar and said, follow these clues, and if you know about my life, you can find my treasure, and it makes you a super user. So everybody is going crazy trying to find it.
This is also the premise for the movie Cannonball Run.
That is true as well. Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
If we can get Jackie Chan in Ready Player One, we'll be all right.
I mean, I'll take some Burt Reynolds chest hair. That's just me. So Willem Dafoe made some interesting comments recently about the upcoming DC films having more of an art house approach versus the sort of traditional blockbuster approach, which he said was more on the Marvel side, right? Or kind of implied at least. So he's going to be playing Nudis Volko, a loyal assistant to Aquaman Arthur Curry in both the Justice League and the Aquaman standalone film. We already love Willem Dafoe in the comic book world because he was Norman Osborn in the Raimi films, the Spider-Man movies. So he's already great, right? And we know that he's going to bring a real kind of presence to the screen.
He is unbelievable. I mean, just his presence on screen anytime, whether it was the Goblin, where you can't see his face.
You hear him,
but yet he commands it. He commands your attention the whole time he's on the screen. But when he was Norman, it was even better.
Right, he was totally different. You felt bad for him.
Yeah, and the scene where he argued with himself in the mirror.
Oh
man, that was good.
No, they captured it. They really captured, like what the comics couldn't. You know,
and that was all him. That was just, for lack of a better term, he was just acting his ass off. I mean, it was just incredible stuff.
If the Raimi films were better, like it would be like a Heath Ledger and Willem Dafoe as villains, like both owning that, right? Like, I mean, we haven't had another Green Goblin, have we?
Nope.
Like as an actor? Nope. So,
well, case could be made for Harry in the third movie.
Yeah, right. Taking on the mantle. Wasn't that what's his name though?
That was
D'Onofrio. No, what's his name?
James Franco.
James Franco. Yeah.
Yeah. As Harry, he was the Green Goblin, so it wasn't Norman. So
horrible.
Yeah, that whole movie was.
He's like a giant stoner in every other movie. Like, I'm not taking him as like billionaire playboy son, who becomes a villain. It doesn't work.
That whole third movie was a.
We won't speak of it.
Yeah, we shall not.
We will not speak of it.
Speaking of not speaking of stuff.
Uh-oh.
On Facebook they have that on this day thing where it brings up your memories that you can reshare.
Oh, I turned that off.
One that came up for me yesterday was from 2010. It was me sharing the trailer for the upcoming Green Lantern movie, and I was so excited, and I was just like, "Oh, how I was let down!"
Oh man.
I shared it, and it was like, sweet. And,
you have to comment with and then put redemption, put Deadpool trailer.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well, anyway. The reason I made that segue, because I'm working on being clever here.
There you go.
Is that this may be like, at least for Willem Dafoe, like a very redeeming movie. I think there's a lot of high hopes for Justice League. I don't know about Aquaman. We'll see, right? Because he's kind of a strange character. But
I have a lot of high hopes for it, simply because it's. I'm a huge fan of
Jason Momoa.
Yeah. So I think it's gonna be a redemption movie for the character.
Yeah.
Because Aquaman has become a joke from the Super Friends riding the seahorse. It's the character is not silly, but it has been perceived that way by the general public.
But in every other comic, like Aquaman's always awesome.
I know, yeah, and that's the thing. But it's become, to the larger population, it's become a joke.
Super Friends.
Yeah,
I mean, he was the only one who, like, when you squeezed his arms, his legs would kick. I mean. If you think about the the superpowers figures.
Superpowers.
Like Superman did this like this little punching kind of running thing.
Yeah, his little legs would kick.
That's right. Oh boy, crazy. This is cool. The Suicide Squad DVD, right, is coming out, and there's an extended cut that has like an incredible amount of funny banter between the main characters. Oh. So like, I think it's worth getting. I haven't watched it, but like, people are going crazy for it. Like, oh my god, extended cut redeems the movie and everything. Because I think for them to get the rating, I guess, that they wanted or whatever, they had to trim a lot from the film, and I guess. I don't know, with this whole idea of like what Willem Dafoe was saying, art house style. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you can argue that Suicide Squad was art house, but maybe this helps it get there.
Well, when it comes down to length, anything, if it's too long, it gets blasted in the theater. The people are just, if it's a 3-hour movie, who wants to sit there for a 3-hour movie?
I know, and you can't pause it and go pee.
You can't, exactly. If it's a home video release, you can pause it. You can come back the next day and watch the rest of it. They're less constrained on time,
right?
Or they feel they're less constrained on time, so they can do that.
I think next time we go to the movies, we should if we have to go to the bathroom, ask the person next to us, be like, "Could you pause it? I'll be right back."
Yes.
And when we come back and the movie's still playing, be like, "I asked you to pause it.
What's wrong with you, man?
Why didn't you listen?"
I think we should make a petition to reinstitute the intermission
in movies. Well, if they're getting
play that
longer
little thing,
and longer,
let's go out to the lobby with all the popcorn and everything. See, we could do that. Have a little intermission.
Let's go out and make a poopy. And wash your hands.
Yes.
All right, we'll have to write those for the theater.
A little PSA about washing your hands.
Yeah. Germs. The poopy germs on your hands.
Lord.
All right.
We even derailed.
Were we even on the rail?
No, not really.
Nope. Yep. So Justice League Dark got a release date.
Oh, cool.
Which is very exciting. So in January, it's coming out on digital HD. I think it's January 28th, and then February 7th on Blu-ray.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it's straight to video.
Yeah.
But I'm sure, I'm going to watch it through streaming service.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this because I'm reading the Justice League Dark series.
Is it the New 52?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah. So it's a few years old, but I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Because I love the characters. I love magic stuff, the occult. It sort of brings in all this good stuff.
Batman involved in the series that you're reading? Because I know he's in the movie.
I haven't seen Batman.
Okay.
It's only been I think
maybe
Zatanna, Deadman, Constantine.
Maybe they're
Demon.
throwing Batman into the.
Well, just so people get it, I guess. But yeah, looking at the original this.
That's the group that I know is as Justice League Dark.
Yeah.
But I think you're right that they're including Batman in the movie just to make sure people actually
go see it.
Yeah, it's name recognition to get people, because this is a pretty, I won't say obscure group, but most of the characters, Zatanna has been in Justice League. She's been in the animated series.
Constantine's the only one been on TV.
Yeah.
In the DC.
And
TV
Deadman,
universe.
no matter what, Deadman's a hard sell, man.
He's too creepy.
He's a weird one.
And then the Demon is in this as well, right? What's his name?
Etrigan.
There we go. Yeah.
And everything he says is a rhyme.
You're a man. Yeah. Oh no, Batman is in this series.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here he is.
Okay.
Because he's talking with Zatanna. I think that's how they get introduced, or how she gets introduced.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm excited about that because it's gonna be R-rated.
Okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be an R-rated animation, which I think Killing Joke's been the only one so far.
Yeah.
That's been R.
Yeah.
And you need to see that, Mr.
I do.
Killing Joke owner of the deluxe edition.
I do.
Which I need to borrow again.
Yes.
Or not return.
No, we're not doing that.
So Gal Gadot, who's going to play Wonder Woman,
Mm-hmm.
she tweeted out a behind-the-scenes photo of her doing some combat fighting with a pre-CG Doomsday.
Oh.
So we see whoever the guy who's doing the motion capture for it,
We're
all
in a
rigged
suit
up.
with all the dots on it.
Yeah. And all sorts of weird mechanical things. You'll see it's like more than a normal motion capture suit that I've seen. But there's a part where she's cutting into the bottom of his wrist, and he's blocking it.
Oh.
So that sword that she has is supposed to be epic.
Yeah.
And if she's
so
not
they're
cutting him,
fighting
then...
Doomsday again in the in the Justice League movie, or is
I
this
suppose.
from Batman versus Superman?
This is for Wonder Woman's movie. I mean, they
from
say
Wonder Woman's movie.
Yeah.
I'm so confused.
I know. Well, maybe because it goes through time. Maybe they show that
They
as
might
a
show
time,
that. Okay. Yeah.
right? It's sort of leading up to now. But anyway, it looked incredibly cool, and I think even more amp. We're already pumped for that movie. It's going to be a good one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's going to be a great fight, I'm sure. All right, so I'm not a huge Transformers fan. Like, I love the 80s stuff. Like, I still read the IDW comics, I got that as a present. So, like, those are the good old days.
Yeah.
But the new Transformers featurette for the Last Night film, which I guess is still coming out, it shows some cool behind-the-scenes footage. In fact, they're pioneering a new IMAX camera for it because it's really meant to be completely 3D shot. And it touched on the story a little bit. It was more about the technology, frankly. I know featurettes do that, right? It's like SAG sort of required to have that. But okay, so the story, apparently they travel through time and they fight alongside some of history's greatest legends like King Arthur and Winston Churchill. So let's get ready for that one.
I'm going to take a pass on that one. I haven't watched any of them, to tell you the truth. It's
not even the first one?
No.
Really?
Yeah, it just I liked the cartoon and it was great, but it just the trailers that they had for the first one, it just didn't capture it for me, and it didn't.
They changed too much.
Yeah.
And like the transformations were too complicated. It was like, how long are you going to take to transform? I was going to shoot you. Like, it was like, it was, And we didn't have, you got the touch from the movie,
awesome.
Right? When Rodimus Prime comes to life. So moving along. All right. So we're about to get dumped on by a whole new era of live action anime film remakes, which I'm excited about because they're choosing good ones.
Yeah.
So the Ghost in the Shell is one that's supposed to be coming out, and we've seen some photos of Scarlett Johansson.
There's a trailer out now.
Oh, I haven't seen the trailer.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
It looks really, really good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll get that on the Facebook page so everybody can catch up, including me. And but the stills that I've seen on her Twitter account are sort of reminiscent of the original movie's box art, right?
Yeah.
That the film came
they've
on.
Specifically done that to link back to the original anime. Yeah.
And she looks great, especially all her pieces apart and everything is the cyborg. But the trailer I did see was for Full Metal Alchemist, which
that I haven't seen.
I'm not. It's on the Facebook page. You should read it from time to time.
Yeah, I should visit.
But the live action effects blend is tight, and they do some very game like stuff in the film, where impossible beasts roll up on one little guy with a sword and a long trench coat.
Yeah,
and I mean it looks good. The android, the actual android that's coupled with the main character. I'm not familiar with the story, so forgive me. Looks amazing, like a Star Wars droid. I mean, It just has that realness.
Cool.
It picks up all the light on its metal in the room. But it's a great blend of magic and technology. So it's going to be a great film, I'm sure.
Did Attack on Titan, did that come out already, or is it?
Oh, I don't know. I
mean there's no way in hell I'm watching
about it. Oh, I know. It's the scariest anime.
Scary as hell.
I know. What was that guy on PBS who used to wear the bodysuit?
Oh,
what was his name?
Slim Goodbody.
Slim Goodbody. So
he's actually been here. It's not the same dude playing Slim Goodbody, but there's still a guy.
Character. Okay.
Yes, there's still a guy who plays Slim Goodbody, and he goes around to schools and does like a show for kids.
A little program. You know that Gallagher, right? Mm-hmm. Is two guys. Is twin brothers.
I never knew that.
And they switch off. Because I got to meet one of them once. And I was
never knew that.
I was like, you look much different in real life. And he's like, well, you've probably seen my brother. He's like, I'm his brother. And I'm like, what? This was in Boston.
Wow.
He was setting up in a club, and he was the only one in the club. And we were like, you're Gallagher.
Yeah.
And he was like, I am.
Wow. So he could do 2 shows in a night.
I don't want to give away the secret, but he also could have been completely lying to us. But
That's
I
true.
looked it up. It's true.
It is true. Okay. I never knew that.
And now you know.
Mm-hmm.
2 more trailers to talk about. So apparently this is the most watched trailer in viewership history on YouTube. Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, wow.
The remake of it, Beauty and the Beast, with Emma Watson.
Emma Watson, yeah.
Yep, who was Hermione in Harry Potter. It just looks great. I mean, Mrs. Potts and Chip and all of the sort of the servants who are captured into like the Chinaware and stuff.
Turn into the different dishes and everything.
They're not just like things with eyeballs on them, right? Like how Disney kind of does it. I'm sorry to say. They're like really blended. So Mrs. Potts, for example, there's like a design on the side of painted on the side of the teapot, and it becomes her face.
Oh.
And it moves. It's not like she's, has a mouth and stuff like that. It's just a design. And then like the candelabra, for example, it's chiseled in, and you can see that. And then the clock as well, like parts of the clock become the face.
Okay.
So it's way more integrated, I think, with what's going on. I think Disney's going to just crush all these live-action remakes. Yeah, the guy playing the Beast
looks awesome.
Even the guy playing Gaston looks amazing.
Yeah.
They showed a moment of him going, "Let's kill the Beast," and then lighting the hay wagon on fire.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fantastic movie. But
cool.
I'm not sure the numbers, but when I last looked, it had 57 million hits, I think.
Holy crap.
It was insane about how many people have watched it. It's only been out for a few days.
Man.
But the trailer that you and I were cheesing on is the King Kong Skull Island trailer.
Oh, yeah. This looks so good.
And this new trailer has way more stuff in this. Yeah, because
the first trailer, it was specifically, it only showed you very quick glimpses or even like a silhouette.
Even of Kong. Right.
So it didn't show you a whole lot, which I thought was great. But this is the payoff. It shows you Kong in his full glory.
Well, that's the thing too, is that like I think they did well to say this is gonna be another King Kong movie with Samuel L. Jackson this time, right? Like that was gonna be Loki.
Tom Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston, right?
Yeah, that's one thing this movie needs is just more stars.
Yeah.
Like
that's gonna solve the Kong issue, right? Dude. With the Universal monster rebirth, right, so to speak. But we saw Kong, but it's not about going to the island and finding the gorilla. Right? Yeah. Now this island has its own problems, and Kong apparently keeps the peace.
Yeah, because they're the king around here.
Exactly, right? Yeah. And apparently there's like a giant spider, a giant alligator, flying stuff, like weird giant crab, and, all sorts of wicked monsters.
John Goodman in the trailer says we have to get word back. Monsters are real. Right. They are here
with proof.
Yeah.
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 But I think the thing that tops it all off that's going to make this great, John C. Reilly playing the like lost hippie pilot, who is like who's like whoa, put away your guns, everybody, and he like explains the whole island thing, and he's so funny.
What was it he said? He calls him something, and he goes, "That's the first time I've ever said it out loud. It sounds stupid now. Sorry, forget that." Oh, he calls them skull crawlers or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, right, because there's like underground worms or something that also he's like, there's other things that live on the island.
But he's like, yeah, that's the first time I've said it out loud. It sounds stupid. Sorry, forget that.
Yeah.
Call him whatever you want.
And there's a scene like right at the end where he's like, hey guys, you guys look great. He's like, you're all gonna die here though.
You shouldn't have come.
Yeah, you shouldn't have come. Yeah, which was absolutely
that'll be a nice little comedy relief there in the movie because it looks really intense otherwise. So
I can't wait.
I'm really excited.
Me too. It's like this, and with the comeback of all the great Universal movie monsters, right? Mm-hmm. Like the classics, like Dracula, Frankenstein, the Mummy, Wolfman, all the greats. Hopefully Laurel and Hardy.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, maybe to be Riley and Farrell.
Yeah.
Right. Meet the Wolfman.
And we got Shin Godzilla.
Yep.
Which is it 18? I think we're gonna
December
have
18th.
King Kong. No, we're gonna have King Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, 2018.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think so. Yeah. So that's what there's gonna be a sequel to Godzilla. And then it's going to be Kong versus Godzilla.
Nice.
So
so excited.
Take my money.
Oh man,
because that's something for me. That's like when watching this trailer, I felt like a kid again because that was part of my Saturday morning back in the olden days when you had to wait to Saturday morning to watch cartoons. You get up, you watch cartoons till 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, monster movies came on. So you would get Godzilla, Rodan, King Kong, all the old.
How many Godzilla versus movies are there?
Oh, there's hundreds. They made like one a year in Japan.
Yeah.
For the longest time.
But of all the same production team,
Yes.
right? The guy in the suit and like the sort of breakdown. The telekinetic twin girls who could talk to Mothra.
Yeah. All those movies would come on, and I absolutely loved them. So I'm ready for this King Kong movie. I'm cranked up, and I'm going to be like a little 6-year-old kid in the theater. I'm going to love it.
Nice.
So,
all right, we're going to limit your sugar intake though. Just
nope.
Leading up to it. All right. Well, let's move over to TV. So as we mentioned, when we come back from the Thanksgiving break, we're going to do a crossover and recap episode. Like we'll really focus by then, because by then, we'll be on the door of Rogue One, and a few of the other movies that are coming out at the end of the year that I think we really want to focus on.
Yeah.
So that'll be a TV heavy thing, but just a couple of little TV tidbits going around. So we're going to get Jay Garrick on the Flash Christmas special.
Woohoo!
So we're going to have a Christmas special.
That is going to be awesome.
Maybe.
If we get the three of them, if by then Wally's got his stuff figured out and he's 100% Kid Flash, and we get the three of them in one scene,
Dunzo.
I'm done. Yep. That's awesome.
It'll be King Kong level.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's what we'll say just about Flash. That's kind of fun. I think that's a nice sort of tee off going into our super episode. Disney XD is starting to like clad up with shows. They're getting Pokemon. They're getting a brand new Pokemon series.
Oh, it's brand new.
Yeah.
It's not like the old one.
Nope. It's going to be a new thing. I mean, because there's been 7 different Pokemon series?
Probably.
From Indigo League to XY, Red, Blue, Night, Day, whatever they have, all the craziness. So XD is really starting to beef up, and Pokemon will be a huge property to bring over.
Cool, yeah.
Our buddy Neil Gaiman is going to be in some television production. He is working on a series for Fox called The Building, which is based on a digital film called Parallels. And Parallels is a 2015 American sci-fi adventure film originally conceived as a television pilot derived from a story by Christopher Leone and Laura Harcom. Mark Hapka and Jessica Roth, Eric Jungman and Constance Wu star as people who are thrown into alternate Earths that range from subtly different to post-apocalyptic. And it was released in March 2015 on Netflix. And then November of next year, or actually November of this year, Neil Gaiman has had the announcement collaborating with Christopher Leone to adapt the movie into a TV series called The Building.
Cool.
So that's cool, right? It's not quite Sandman, but Neil is still our homie. That's right. Okay, no question here, but as numbers start to tally up for the end of the year, Luke Cage was by far head and shoulders the most successful series of the year.
Are they announcing? Because they usually, you just kind of have to guess. They don't really
it's
release
by
numbers.
Far.
Okay.
Netflix is proprietary with how they deal with viewership. But by far, it was the most streamed show, most watched by unique users going to it.
Nice.
So, ain't nothing wrong with that.
That's cool.
Sweet Christmas.
Sweet Christmas. Yep.
So, as CW expands now their comic book repertoire, right, we're going to be having Archie series, right, coming in January. Riverdale High, right, or Riverdale as they're calling it. So they're going out of the DC world into Archie comics. Well, get this. They're talking about doing a series from Valiant called Dr. Mirage.
I know that name, but I don't know the character.
I didn't either. I saw a quick photo, and it looks like she's a magician type character. It's a female. And that's sort of the rumor at this stage that may be the next CW comic book series to come into the docket. And as we know, when Riverdale comes out in January, it's going to push Legends from the 8 o'clock spot on Thursday to the 9 o'clock spot on Tuesday, which is where like iZombie was.
Huh.
And then when iZombie comes back, it'll be when Legends is over and things will go back to boring. Yeah. I didn't mean that. Sorry. I meant it. Yeah, I did.
You did.
Totally meant it. So cool. I mean, that's going to be kind of cool to have 2 superhero shows like in one night. Like, so Tuesday is going to be kind of massive. Oh, you're making the furrowed brow face to me.
It looks like this may be a combo character.
Oh. Like two people become
yeah.
Dr. Mirage?
Quinn
like
and
Firestar?
Carmen Mirage are parapsychologists who investigate paranormal activity and supernatural mysteries.
Oh, that's perfect for CW. Vampires and ghosts. Yeah, we're all set.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm skimming through this to get to the part
that actually matters.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like the maybe she becomes, because this is a little confusing article here.
Yeah, I didn't know about the character, but I was just impressed by the fact that it's a Valiant title.
Yeah,
and that
Valiant's becoming more and more out there with their properties, and they're doing a good job of letting people know that their properties are there, and they're really cool. I mean, I enjoy
that trailer we saw was pretty weak.
The acting for
Ninjak,
yeah, that was pretty bad.
The CG was bad. I mean, it just didn't have the polish on it.
And I think that's the thing. They have really good characters. Mm-hmm. They need to be able to get them made, and maybe animation would be a better way to go.
They should, because DC's crushing it there. Like, they own the animation scene. Like, I have not seen a Marvel animation that's rivaled a DC one.
No,
I mean, frankly, I mean, what, Superhero Squad? Yeah, no thanks.
No, yeah.
Right, Iron Man with the virus one or whatever. I mean, it was just bad.
The one where the one where he was a kid.
The kids, the next Avengers.
There was an Iron Man series. I forget what it was called, but they were in high school. It was Tony Stark, but he was a high school kid. Rhodey was in school with him, and so was Pepper.
What?
Yes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Tony Potter.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, that's all right. Like the superhero girls, like that, or super best friends forever. Like that's cute, and like that kind of works. Like DC can kind of do that. Marvel has too raw characters to put them in these juvenile things.
The wacky stuff. Yeah.
Like even Spider-Man, like when they make him too young, like it makes people nervous, but like he's still in a crazy world where dangerous stuff happens, and he doesn't always get the girl. So so we'll look forward to see more news about the Dr. Mirage announcement, and if that's truly going to be in CW's docket, then I'm pretty much just going to have no time to do anything else. Just watch all these damn shows.
That'll be it. Yep.
I hope it's on the off season, so that way, like,
that would help.
It'll help with iZombie, being so awful. I didn't mean that. I did. All right. And then, all right, one last thing here before we check out on movie and TV news. So Game of Thrones is going to come back for its only 7-episode 7th season in April.
Like half of their usual.
Yeah. Way cut down. In fact, we thought we had 2 more seasons left, and then they announced, no, it's 1, and then they're like,
split
half of 1. I don't know why that is. They're running out of
that's probably
stuff.
What they're doing. They're saying 2 more years. It's really 1 season split into 2.
That's not cool.
Probably.
That's not cool. That's like one of those fun-sized Snickers. Like, just give me the damn candy bar.
Just enough to piss you off.
Yeah, give me the whole damn candy bar. We gonna give me half a peanut butter cup? No thanks. But this is good news. They are now in talks with George R.R. Martin about doing a Game of Thrones prequel series that'll take place, because we've been seeing a ton of flashbacks of Ned as a young man, right? And like that's cool to sort of help the story.
The king, was it Robert?
Yeah, when they were young men.
Yeah, that would be that would be cool. I'd watch that.
Totally. Yeah. But apparently there's like 4 or 5 ideas. One of them is they want to do something about the first men. So like when they meet the not the walkers, but the wildlings, or not the wildlings, the children of the forest, right? The people who are magic, who created the
maybe
zombies.
Past what I've seen.
Oh, Timmy.
I've only seen up through, I think, season 4, maybe. So
are you even?
Hey, I don't have HBO.
How committed are you to the Ninja Troll Digicast?
I don't have HBO.
How committed are you to Sparkle Motion? Well, that's exciting. I mean, because like all things Game of Thrones, I mean, this would be great. This would be like the the War of Middle Earth, right? Or the Third Age, right? Like all those prequel Lord of the Rings stuff, right? Like what's that prequel called? Like that series. Tolkien has like a name for it. It's like the Cyrillian or something.
Cimmerillion.
There you go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Cyrillian is a language.
Yes. Now that you mention it.
Well, Timmy D, that does it for me from the news desk. Back to you.
All right, that's our movie and TV news. Next up, we're going to take a spin of the comic rack.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Show your allegiance to the Ninja Troll by following us on social media. On Facebook at facebook.com/Ninja Troll Digicast. On Twitter at Ninja Troll Show. On Instagram at Ninja Troll Digicast. And find us on YouTube at youtube.com/C/Ninja Troll Digicast.
What have you done with those plans?
Or you can always contact us at ninjatroll@digitaltuxedo.com. You should tend to it quickly.
I hope so, Commander, for your sake. The Emperor is not as forgiving as I am.
Hello, this is George Perez, and you're listening to the Ninja Troll Digicast. And I'm assuming you already know that.
All right, welcome back to the Ninja Troll Digicast. And before we get to the comic rack, we do have something that we'd like to deal with. We talked about it at the beginning of or actually Mike and I talked about it before the show started. We didn't have any birthdays to talk about, but that's not quite true. You slipped through because we didn't have a show last week, which was your birthday week.
Oh, well, you didn't get me a present, so it didn't really count.
I did. It's become our tradition now to embarrass each other on the show.
Fantastic.
So, Socks, here is your present.
Oh, awesome, man.
The trade paperback for the first, I believe it's first 6 issues
of Invincible. Yeah, Robert Kirkman.
It's a series that I've read and loved for years. It's Robert Kirkman, the author of The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
This is actually somebody and I can't remember who it was. Somebody in one of your classes I was in, somebody mentioned that. Somebody mentioned Invincible, that I should check it out. And I went and started reading it and got hooked and tore through because at the time it was on like issue 120.
Okay.
I started and like tore through all of them and like got to caught up with where it was, and then it had to like sit for another month before it came out.
Image.
Yeah. So yeah, this is something that I think you'll really, really enjoy. And I've been touting the virtues of for years here. So.
I know, and I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So.
Exactly. Yeah. And it's now actually, it's coming to an end. Next year, he said it. He's announcing the end of it, but it's gonna be like, I think 16 issues out. So he's still, we still got time.
Yeah,
but
it could be a year or a year and a half.
Yeah, well, with them it could be 3 years.
Image could be 5 years.
So, and that's part of the problem with Invincible. It's awesome, and you read an episode and like in the letters column, it goes, "All right, see you in April." Oh,
what?
They do that all the time, but dude is pretty busy.
Yeah,
I mean, he's still writing The Walking Dead
as a comic, and he's a producer.
He's executive producer on the show, so he's got some things going on.
That's right.
So, but I wanted to get that for you,
awesome.
So you'd have it, and like I said, I think it's the first 6 issues. So
yeah, it looks like it.
Mark, I've forgotten his last name. Nolan. Mark Nolan is the main character. He's Invincible. His
dad, right?
That's his superhero name. His dad is Omni-Man, who is like Superman, essentially.
Cool.
He's like the indestructible, and he's got the best 70s porn stash that you'll ever want to see.
And I love you see this intro where he's he's battling a guy with a bomb strapped to his chest, and then it says 4 months ago, and then his mom's knocking on the door, and he's on the toilet reading a comic book.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, so it's like he is the son of Omni-Man, but yet he's I think he was 15 years old, and he still hadn't exhibited any powers. So he's like, damn it, what's going on? Where are my powers? Then all of a sudden, bang, one day they're there.
Awesome.
So
I'm still waiting for mine to show up.
Yeah, I know, me too.
Powers.
And so he meets a group of teenage superheroes, becomes part of a group, all while his dad is gone, like out in space fighting some kind of space monster or something. And so when he comes back, it's like, oh yeah, I got my powers.
Yeah. Hey. Hey.
So
you
yeah,
didn't check your email, but I got my powers.
It's an awesome series, and it's that part was. It's all been written by Robert Kirkman, but Ryan Ottley, I believe, is the artist.
Corey Walker.
Okay, yeah. Corey Walker.
I think you said Ryan Ottley becomes the artist later,
yes,
right?
he did later. I think maybe it was pretty early. I think maybe issue 8 or 9, something like that. He became the artist.
Because this art is much different than what I've seen online. Like Invincible's, I mean, this isn't all right. Ryan Ottley's a little more rich.
Yes,
with the style.
Yes, and very a hyper realistic style.
Right. This is kind of anime-ish a little bit. Very minimal.
A little bit. Yeah. And Corey Walker came back for a while. He did like 4 issues very recently.
Oh.
So they kind of told the little flashback story where they were rebooting.
Oh, so it made sense to have the old Invincible look.
Air quotes. It was a reboot. It was just something aliens were putting him through to give him the choice. Okay, you can go back and repair all of these things. Now you know this is going to happen. You can repair all these things, but you give up everything you have.
All your powers.
Your wife, your child. So he had to make the choice, and he couldn't do it, even though it would be better for all these other people. He couldn't give up his wife and his daughter.
Barry Allen. Invincible.
But then he got back and he found out he'd been gone for 10 years. So the little baby that he knew was now
a kid.
Yeah, a kid.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he didn't know who the hell he was. So
awesome. Well, thanks so much, Timmy. This
absolutely.
Great.
Yeah, I think you're really going to enjoy it. So
nice. And this is going to stop me from reading all the other things I have to read. Yeah, this is good. This is a real wedge gift. I love that.
There you go.
Cool, man.
All right, so the birthday presentations are over with now. Let's spin the comic rack.
Meanwhile, back at the Cathedral of Wisdom, it's time for the comic rack. Hey, nice rack.
Knock it off, perv.
No, it's the latest news from the enormous world of comics. Right here on the Ninja Troll Digicast.
All right, first thing in the comic rack. Disney has commemorated Stan Lee's 75 years with Marvel Comics. Wrap your head around that.
He's not 75 years old?
He has worked for that company for 75 years.
Damn.
It's crazy.
Damn.
It's absolutely crazy. I mean, he started as a copy boy with Timely Comics. It was his, I think.
And copy is not like Xerox. It's like writing words. Yeah, like what real copy is. Yeah.
Yeah. He and his Martin Goodman was the owner of Timely and was his uncle, I think.
Okay.
So he started working for him when he was 17.
Wow.
And he's been working for that company.
This was after the war, right? So this was in the 50s?
No, this was
Stan? Or was it during the war?
That was during the war. Yeah.
Well, Stan was a soldier, wasn't he?
Yeah, he left to go. Yeah, he left to go to war. If I remember correctly, he joined the army, and I think he and Jack Kirby both.
Wow.
Left to go join the army. But
nice.
yeah, he started with the company. Like I said, I think he was 17 years old, and he's worked for that company. I mean, granted, he's not in day-to-day operations now of pretty much anything, but he's always maintained connections with Marvel, and he's publisher emeritus.
Well, he's always been
he's the face of Marvel Comics.
Yeah, right. I mean, even his own spin-off products have been.
Yeah, even like when he started his own companies that were essentially competition.
Right.
He still, maintained that connection to Marvel Comics, and to many people, he is the face of Marvel Comics. So
they're gonna lay him in state when he dies.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't mean to speak that way, but
yeah,
they're gonna.
But Disney, which now owns Marvel Comics, commemorated his 75 years with Marvel Comics, presenting him with a statue of both Marvel's and Disney's most famous creations together, Spider-Man and Mickey Mouse. It's kind of weird, but it's a thing.
I'm rolling with it.
Yeah.
We're going to roll with it.
But I thought it was really cool to commemorate when you had it's one thing to like celebrate like somebody who's retiring, you give them a watch for like 50 years of service. This is 75 years.
He gets 2 watches.
That's nuts.
He gets a Rolex and a Swatch.
One has Spider-Man and one has Mickey Mouse on it. And Marvel Comics revealed quite a bombshell in Thanos #1 that came out this week.
Oh, what happened?
Thanos is dying.
Whoa.
I thought he was immortal.
Yeah, me too.
But that they didn't say no details about like
because he's a Titan, right?
Yeah, exactly. But Death revealed that he is dying. So no matter how powerful you are, you can't hold off Death forever.
Because when they got married, he didn't take out the trash.
There you go.
Yep. Hell hath no fury.
But it's going to be interesting if they're going to follow through with that, with Thanos being the villain for Avengers Infinity War coming up.
I mean, they're not so committed to the whole. I mean, it would be interesting though if Thanos, like in War of the Worlds, like died of like the common cold, like, or was that like on his own dying, and then like that was his weak point. Like that could be a cool thing because he's always seemingly impossible.
Exactly. Yeah. He's always, like I said, I've always thought he was immortal. And
I think like, what I'm trying to remember in the Gauntlet series, it was his daughter, right? Or
Nebula.
No, it was Nebula who took the glove from him, right? While he wasn't paying attention.
He made himself into one of the cosmic beings, like Eternity and
wasn't his body like chilling?
Yes,
and
his
then
body
she
was just
hey,
like,
thanks.
Yeah, his body was just sitting there because he had made himself into one of the super powerful galactic beings.
Right.
And then she just walked up and said, "Hey, I'll take that."
Yeah.
And it sucked him back into his body.
Right. Well, the magic's done.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it'll be interesting if they follow through with that, or if this is. I mean, it may just be a gimmick to sell comics. But
why would they do that?
I don't know.
They've
never done that
good
before.
For that. They'll not understand Lee's watch.
They've never done that.
He would
before.
never ever let that happen.
But I think it would be interesting if Thanos is starring in a movie and he's dead in the comics.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of weird. So we'll have to see where that goes.
I mean, yeah, didn't like DC have like 2 Batmans going on at the same time, where he was like the man with the beard and he didn't know who he was, but then he was in the Justice League and still fighting alongside everybody. I mean,
that's
what's continuity?
Never heard of it.
That's not a thing. It's a hoax.
It's
like global warming.
Yeah. Now, if the concept of Deadpool becoming the new host for the alien symbiote that became Venom, if that's not enough to make you want to buy the series Deadpool Back in Black, in issue 4, the symbiote possessed Deadpool takes on Kraven the Hunter.
Is he still alive, Kraven?
No, see, this is all set in the 80s.
Oh, okay. Oh,
this is
like.
So this is when
chest hair time.
Exactly. Yeah. So this is when
the Kraven was fighting Spider-Man.
Exactly.
Like, at every turn.
They've taken this to be okay when Spider-Man gets rid of the symbiote before it goes to Eddie Brock, it goes to Deadpool.
I love how it's like the 24 of the symbiont. Right, like the Jack Bauer. It's like the following things happened between this time and this time when Peter said goodnight to the thing, and then the symbiont showed up at Eddie's cell.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same thing. In Deadpool's Secret War.
Yeah,
it's kind of the same thing. So it may be
super meta story.
Yeah, it's maybe supposedly before the symbiote went to Spider-Man.
That's interesting.
So
I like that idea a lot.
Yeah, but they're having a lot of fun with it, doing like using the 80s villains and like Kraven, and like you said, the full on chest hair kind of Burt Reynolds looking Kraven the Hunter. And
what will his name be? Like Denim?
Denim the Hunter.
Yeah, no, not Kraven. Deadpool and the symbiote would be Denim. Or Venpool.
He actually looks pretty cool because it's instead of the red on Deadpool's suit, it's black, but he still has the white outlines around his eyes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't read any of it, but I need to pick it up because it sounds like it's hilarious.
Oh, man.
So, and actually, that issue number 4 comes out the week after Thanksgiving, and issue 5, the next one after that, will feature Spider-Man himself.
Nice.
So it'll be interesting to see where they go with that, and that should answer that question. Is okay? Is this like after Spider-Man got rid of the symbiote, or is it before? So
yeah, I mean,
and you never know with Deadpool. It could be anything. So.
And he was in the Secret Wars, Secret Wars,
yeah,
which is like what was the '80s series, where Peter got the in issue 8, right?
Yeah,
where he
got the suit. Yeah,
yeah.
So it could be interesting.
Good times.
And the October sales reports are in.
Oh,
and for the first time that I can remember in a long time, the number 1 comic is not from DC or Marvel.
Oh my God. Is it Archie?
No. It's
Valiant?
Boom.
Boom Studios?
Boom Studios.
Well, who is it?
Big Trouble in Little China.
Yes.
Escape from New York. The crossover.
Snake Plissken.
Snake Plissken.
And Jack.
Oh
my God.
Yes.
Oh, that's crazy.
That was the best-selling comic. That's the number 1 selling comic for the month of October.
Done.
Now,
done and done.
The number 2, Champions number 1, actually made more money because it was more expensive.
What is Champions?
Champions is the Marvel series that has
Contest of Champions.
No, it's a new group. It's of young heroes. It's Miss Marvel.
The new Marvel Now.
Yeah, the Incredible Hulk. The Amadeus Cho. Hulk. Nova, and there's somebody else, and I can't remember.
Is it Ferrell or not Ferrell? The young Wolverine.
I don't think so. Yeah, there's a lot of hype around it, and there's a lot of
Miles Morales.
No, it's the young Cyclops.
Oh, cool.
And Miss Vision. When Vision imagined himself a family, she was the teenage daughter.
Of Vision?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with Scarlet Witch, right?
No.
Okay, because she also had an envisioning of children, which she created.
Yes. No, he actually used the powers of the Soul Stone to he wanted
which is his power.
Yeah,
right. That's
he
where
he wanted to have a family. So that was part. It was a series for a while where he was living in a suburban neighborhood with the wife, the 2 kids, the dog, and the whole deal. But it was all like his making.
Wow.
Yeah, it was really weird. But yeah, it's Incredible Hulk, Nova, Miss Marvel, Miss Vision, Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Cyclops, the young Cyclops.
Nice.
And Humberto Ramos is the artist.
Yeah,
they've been hyping the crap out of it, so it makes sense that it was the number. Well, it came in number 2, but actually made more money. So
well, right, you said it was
because it was more expensive, yeah.
Right? Because the other one was holding the line at $2.99.
Yeah, no, that was that was Boom. That was I think it was probably $3.99. But we've been watching the sales. The sales figures lately have been to the
DC
side of DC,
which is
this is actually even. There's 4 in the top 10 this month. There's 4 DC, 4 Marvel, and 2 independent companies.
Independents.
Yeah,
that's your Boom and
Boom is number 1. Number 2 was Marvel's Champions. Mm-hmm. Number 3 is Doctor Strange and the Sorcerer Supreme. Number 1. Mm-hmm. Number 4, DC Dark Knight 3, The Master Race. Number 6.
Wow, back in in the line.
Yeah, when it does come out, it sells great. Of course, it's $5.99, but
hold the line.
Yeah, hold that line. Number 5 was Batman number 8. Number 6 was Batman number 9. 7 was Back to Marvel for Civil War 2, number 6. Number 8, Darth Vader, number 25. 9 is All-Star Batman, number 3. And 10 was the other independent, The Walking Dead, number 159.
Well,
Of course, The Walking Dead's always is.
course.
If it's not in the top 10, it's just like right outside.
But it just should be.
And that was the thing when I first started reading the article and it said that the top selling comic wasn't DC or Marvel. I just assumed, it was Walking Dead. No, it wasn't. This was. I mean, I don't even know when Boom's ever had something in the top 10.
Not that I can think of. I mean, like Chris Visions is with Boom.
Yeah. I'm not saying they don't do good stuff.
I mean, they got a great stable.
Yeah, they have a great stable and they do really cool stuff. It just never ends up in the top 10.
No, well,
as far as sales.
You know, it's like craft beer to Anheuser-Busch. I mean, it's just they're just juggernauts.
You just can't. Yeah, you can't. Can't fight the distribution.
Right, they'll lawyer you out. Yeah, just no way you can do it.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of cool that they did. I mean, they're partying like hell at Boom Studios.
Oh, there was like donuts at the coffee room this morning.
They actually had donuts.
No, the bathroom worked today.
Yep, we got toilet paper. Yes,
today. Bam. Oh my God.
But it was interesting to see now. Marvel's coming back a little bit with the DC Rebirth is kind of cooling off a bit.
Yeah.
And there's always the argument that a lot of store owners make. Okay, these are the sales. These are initial sales. That's not figuring in send backs.
Right.
So
because they go to the stores and they're bought.
Yeah.
But then the tear off pages.
But no, they don't do that anymore. They can actually straight up send them back.
Keep
them. Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they used to recycle them, but now there's a whole secondary market.
Yeah.
So it's.
So that's a lot of, like I said, a lot of store owners make that case that, okay, yeah, you can say these were sold, but they weren't. These were shipped.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily sold.
Let's use the right word.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but it's interesting to see Marvel coming back. I mean, it's like an even split now.
Yep.
It's 4-4.
Well, good.
So
finally.
Yeah. And all of the DC titles in the top 10 were Batman.
You even have to say that.
I didn't have to.
You didn't have to.
But I did.
You transmitted
I'm just
it.
pointing it out.
You're like,
just saying. I'm just saying.
Batman.
All right. There's our spin of the comic rack. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have our showcase on the greatest science fiction movies of all time.
Where does it get those wonderful toys?
Want to find out all you need to know about the Ninja Troll toys? Head over to NinjaTrollDigicast.com. There you can listen to our latest show as well as find all of our previous episodes. You can also find our minicast, small bite-sized versions of our showcase and exploring the multiverse segments, and find out more about Mike and Tim. And while you're there, click on the subscribe to iTunes button to make sure you never miss an episode of the Ninja Troll. That's all at NinjaTrollDigicast.com.
Wait till they get a load of me.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ninja Troll Digicast proudly presents The Showcase.
All right, this is our showcase segment where we take a subject and we shine the Ninja Troll spotlight on it. That's right. That's the spotlight kicking on. This week is gonna, like I said, it's something that's very close to my heart: science fiction movies.
Oh yeah,
I've loved science fiction since I was a very small child, and I ran across a list on IO9 the other week that was classic science fiction movies that everyone must watch before they die.
Oh,
so
awesome!
That
I love
title
those kind of lists.
Yeah, that list kind of caught my attention. I started looking at it, and I thought this would be something great to talk about on the show. And I've gathered several different lists from different places, because if you would look at me and go, okay, name the greatest science fiction movies of all time, it would take me so long.
Yeah, you have to have criteria
because
to qualify.
Yeah, and also it would be like, oh, well, I'd name like 5 right off the bat. But then you go, okay, well, what about this? Oh, yes, yeah, we got to put that on there, and it would.
Right, it had to be a very representative list.
Yeah, it would take me so long to come up with everything. So I took these lists, and we're gonna look at them, and I want to see how many you've seen also.
Cool. Yeah.
Because I think there's a lot of this that I do agree with. That there's a lot of these movies that you just have to watch.
Nice.
I mean, it's one of those things that, like, like the first one on the list.
Yeah, let's go for
Metropolis.
Oh, Fritz Lang.
Yeah, Fritz Lang.
incredible.
Yeah, it's one of those that people have seen images from, but they haven't necessarily watched the whole movie.
Oh, it's beautiful. I mean, it's an Art Deco take on the future. You know, retro futurism.
And if you think about it, it was done in 1927
with miniatures, right, and makeup and like a lot of sort of trick editing, like what they had at the time.
And everybody, the image everybody knows is the female robot.
Yeah, robot lady.
Yeah, robot lady. Yeah,
right. When she transforms.
Yeah.
And it's like it's the son of the owner of the company who like runs the city is like the sort of reluctant hero, right? Who goes into the bowels of the city to see how it works while living in a posh life in the penthouse.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's one of the, like I said, everybody's seen images from it, but how many people have actually watched the
I've never watched the movie. I just read that on Wikipedia.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I previewed the list, Timmy.
Oh.
No, it's one of my favorites. Classic. Yeah, silent. It's good stuff.
Yeah,
okay.
and I mean, that's the thing. It would be hard for people to sit down and watch a silent movie now.
Yeah.
I don't think it would be difficult to ask people to do. But second one on the list is one of my favorites, Frankenstein, the original.
Oh, yeah.
1931. And
is it Karloff who played?
Yes, Boris Karloff plays the monster. And if you look at that, I don't know if it's more the makeup or whether he was really this gaunt. He like pictures of him from the original movie. He looked like he had starved himself to get that just sunken in
cheek.
look.
Yeah, right.
And he looks awesome. He looks scary as hell.
I haven't seen it in years, but like whoever played Dr. Frankenstein, that's one of the best performances. I mean, he defined the character. Yeah. You know, with like the black hair and the face.
Yeah.
And like
it's all just crazy, disheveled, and he was the original mad scientist.
Yeah, right. Where they created that. I mean, Gene Wilder perfected it, but he created it.
Yes. But yeah, I love that movie, and it's the funny thing is if you've ever watched Ed Wood.
Yeah, Ed Wood Film Fest. Well, they have
the actual movie Ed Wood, where Johnny Depp played Ed Wood.
Right. Where he's friends with the
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah, doing
Bela Lugosi hated him,
or morphine.
He hated Boris Karloff because he the way he looked at okay, I'm playing Dracula. I have to act. Boris Karloff, all he does is grunt.
Fire bad.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So he's like he didn't look at him as an actor. But watching you have to look. Okay, he's showing emotion without ever saying a word. And like when he's with the little girl, the longing in his face, and then the when he throws the little girl in and he realizes he's hurt her.
Yeah.
His face
conflict.
Right.
The
conflict of emotion
bad.
in his face. He's not just somebody who grunts. It's something that he did an incredible job with, and his movie is awesome. If you've never seen the original 1931 Frankenstein movie, do yourself a favor.
Good. Yeah.
Watch it. Yeah.
Nice.
Number 3 on the list, The Day the Earth Stood Still.
Oh.
It's been...
Yeah, Ort Galactu Barada Nikto.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
That's a good one.
But, yeah, it's a very good one. And, yeah, like you said, stuff like that. Gort in the phrase...
Galactu Barada Nikto.
Yeah, they used that in Army of Darkness.
Yeah, right. That was
that was what
like
he had
the
to
spells,
say.
Right? To transfer into the dead world or whatever, or medieval times,
or get him back to his own time or whatever. I don't remember exactly what it was supposed to do, but that was it. And he just mumbled through it. But yeah, that's a good one. And I never did see the remake with Keanu Reeves.
It was pretty good.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah. It was dark. Like, cause like it's 50s schlock in the first one. So like he meets the lady and like, he's like, so, but it's Keanu Reeves. So of course he's like,
he's dead,
moody and like breathy in his voice.
Yes.
Yeah. You wouldn't understand my world. Like, okay. I don't understand what you're saying. So I definitely won't understand your world.
Now this next one, actually, I've never seen, but it's The Man in the White Suit from 1951.
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, that one.
Man in the White Suit.
Actually, it stars Alec Guinness.
Oh,
Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
that was a much younger Alec Guinness.
Yeah, I see. Okay. Cool. What's the premise? Like,
it's a very different sort of mad scientist film than Frankenstein. Guinness plays a man who's determined to invent a fabric that can never rip or get dirty, so he can free millions of people from drudgery. But his invention will also put a lot of people out of work because eliminating drudgery means eliminating jobs. Mm-hmm. This is science fiction at its most thought-provoking, and it's also funny as hell.
Nice. Wow, this is like the origin story of like what's his name? Rorschach.
Yeah.
Like that crazy ass fabric. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So, wow. But yeah, that one I'd never heard of. So that's why I enjoy looking at lists like this, because there's stuff that
totally like another Alec McGuinness movie besides like Lawrence of Arabia. Right? Was he in that? Yeah, he was in that.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Bridge over the River Kwai.
Bridge over the River Kwai. That's right. This movie was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Writing Screenplay.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we get little hidden gems like that we need to go check out. Number 5 on the list, Godzilla.
Oh,
the original from 1954. You've never seen the original?
Of course, I've seen the original.
I was about to say. I've come over this
table.
Right
into that one. Come on.
I'm gonna tape you to that chair and make you watch.
What's the one? Planet X. What's that one?
The monster from Planet X. I don't know.
That's a bad guy, right? The monster from Planet X for Godzilla. Whoa.
Maybe.
Did I just find a little rift in the armor?
Maybe. There was, like I said, there was so many.
How many? There 30 Godzilla movies, like easy.
Oh, yeah, more than that probably. Planet X is the home planet of the Xylians. It's the main setting for the space battle between Rodan, Godzilla, King Gojira, an invasion of Astro Monster.
Cool. Okay.
I want to watch that.
Now we know. Whoever was responsible though for the Hanna-Barbera Godzilla cartoon series, it's a different story.
No,
that's
not
a
so
different story.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's the thing. The 1954 Godzilla movie, there was also the Americanized version.
84?
No, the American version had Raymond Burr in it.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Godzilla's guilty.
And that's what they're suggesting here is skip the Raymond Burr, which it's not horrible, but the original Japanese version is
superior.
Better. Yeah.
Much superior.
So go for that. Skip the Raymond Burr one and go for the original one. Yeah. Now, number 6, Forbidden Planet.
Oh, yeah.
Also, I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was, is that the one? No. I got to look it up now.
What? This has been years since I've seen Forbidden Planet. It's also the name of like my favorite comic book store.
Yes, this is the one.
Has the robot, Robbie the robot.
Yeah, and it has Leslie Nielsen in it. That was what I couldn't remember for sure. If that was back when he did serious roles, and it wasn't like before he became.
Surely you can't be serious.
Exactly, he became Airplane and Naked Gun.
Yeah. Or Police Files.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
The show.
Police Squad.
Yeah,
yep. So this was back when he was a dramatic actor, and so you kind of watch it and you wait on him to say something ludicrous, and it doesn't happen because we've gotten used to that from him. But yeah, that was what was it? 56.
Wow.
And that's the thing. Watching these movies, and I don't remember if it's on the list or not, but another one like that is Time Machine. From in the 50s sometime. I'm not sure the exact date.
Right. The Wells.
The H.G. Wells.
Yeah.
I love that movie, but
I've seen that.
Oh,
I have. Yeah. Is it the one with the Victorian looking?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
It's in color.
Yes. Right. Yeah. And I do the effects, they're kind of cheesy, but I don't want this to come out weird, but they tried harder. They had to make stuff look, but they couldn't depend on CGI.
No,
they had to do practical effects.
Right.
Yeah, and so you come off with a lot more. I mean, the Morlocks in the Time Machine scared the bejesus out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, right. The eyes and
the glowing eyes.
Yeah, it was no joke.
Yeah.
Well, even in the remake that came out a few years ago with with Guy Pearce and Jeremy Irons. I mean, the Morlocks there were pretty
scary
as
yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they were. Well, Jeremy Irons played the Morlock King.
Yeah.
He just looked like a White
awesome.
Walker.
Yeah. Yep. They pretty much did.
Yeah. Yeah, they had it. But the white hair, and
yeah.
and the sort of National Geographic bodies.
A little bit. Yeah.
Just saying. If you catch it, just saying. Yeah.
Now, next on the list, number 7, Dr. Strangelove.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick. Yeah, exactly.
Or How I Learned to Love the Bomb.
Or How I Loved to Learn the Bomb. Yeah, exactly.
I Learned to Love the Bomb.
Yeah. Next one, Planet of the Apes. You can't, not the remakes,
no,
the original.
Dr. Zayas.
Yes, 1968, and specifically the first. Well, the other ones were okay, but they kind of
like Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah, they went downhill
the
as they went, but the first one is incredible.
Yeah, it really.
Get your filthy paws off me, you damn
dirty ape. Yeah,
Charlton
he speaks. Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Or like the makeout scene.
No, that was weird.
I didn't mean to go there.
Now, number 9, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Oh, nice.
Also by Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
That is.
My God, it's full of stars.
It's difficult if you're not a science fiction fan.
Well, it's so much. I mean, it's a visual spectacle.
Yes.
I mean, you have to just embrace. And I think, he even states in documentaries like, I wanted to go for like as close to reality.
Yeah.
Where space is silent.
It's dead silent.
Yeah, exactly.
And my wife absolutely hated it.
Well, the story is challenging.
Yes.
Challenging story. I mean, you kind of have, if you know the structure and you watch it, it makes great sense.
Yeah.
But if you don't know what all this means and the metaphors, then you just like, what the hell just happened?
What the hell just happened? Exactly.
Like, why did we go through time in this weird room? Yep. Like, what? Like,
and that was the thing. I tried to kind of help her with it, but at that point she was like, this is like looking at her watch going, what the hell? When's this over?
Is 2010 on the list with Roy Scheider?
Oh, no.
Yeah. The year we went back.
Yeah, that way. I mean,
it's also a Clark novel.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The novel didn't come before the movie.
It came after.
It came in conjunction.
Oh,
yeah. They were going to make the movie, and then the author Stanley Clark. That's a whole different guy.
Stanley Clark.
He's a jazz musician. Yeah, they wrote the book in conjunction.
Oh.
So yeah,
I heard the subtitle was going to be called "We Need a Bigger Ship."
Yeah. But I love the because he did go for all that realism. You had the ship that was spinning, and how they did the scene where the dude was running. And you were going through the different.
I know that's awesome to see. Yeah, they had a giant hamster wheel for him to just run on. I mean,
and like everybody was like came through there, and they did it well to where this person was affected by other gravity, and this one it was
right. Those match shots, or even like the cryo chambers and stuff, like when people like got freezer burn.
Yes. Yeah. So. But yeah, I love the movie, and it, like I said, but it's hard. I can freely admit it's hard to digest.
There's no dialogue for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Until like one person says like, "Hey, Chip, what do you think?" Like it's just some random comment like, "Hey, how about an intro?" Like,
yeah, you sit through at least half an hour, if not more, of monkeys just beating the shit out of each other. So.
Which ain't bad.
Yeah, it's not necessarily all that bad.
You see the monolith, yeah, for the first time.
Yeah, but next on the list, Solaris. This is another one I've never seen.
Or the
1972
Tarkovsky, Andrei Tarkovsky.
Yes, mm-hmm. Yeah, this one I haven't seen.
I have. Yeah, it's Russian. It's a foreign language. It's a mind bender of a film. Because it's like the craziness of deep space. But I'm sure you have a better synopsis.
But yeah, it says the decade following 2001 saw a handful of slow, meditative science fiction movies which dramatized the loneliness and madness of the vast cosmos. But arguably the most memorable and intense of these is Tarkovsky's masterpiece, in which a cosmonaut orbiting a planet covered by a psychic ocean is confronted with a reconstruction of his dead wife. Mm-hmm. Based on a story by Stanislav Lem, this movie leaves you questioning the very being of its characters and the nature of love itself.
And then Clooney did a remake, which was like a pale comparison. The original is really good.
Okay.
It's Russian, so like they have and it was the late 60s or early
72.
70s. 72.
Yeah.
So like they used a lot of their space technology, and it was felt like The Martian, where it was sort of real.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. Next, number 11, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, nice.
Oh, God,
I've only seen the second kind, so the third one's good. Is it like Jedi or?
Yes. Yeah, this movie I love because it is more grounded. I mean, it
definitely takes place on the ground. Well, at least the mountain.
No, they're talking about alien visitation, but it's more about what it's doing to these people,
right? That
have had these encounters. Right. And watching Richard Dreyfuss just completely lose it. Through the whole movie.
I know.
In building the mound of mashed potatoes into
the mountain
into the mesa. Yeah.
Right.
It was awesome. And
the colors do.
The note. Yeah. Those notes still kind of creep you out a little bit.
I want to make a whole band surrounding that chord. That
would be awesome. Yeah, but that's a movie I love.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Next one of my absolute favorite movies, Alien.
Intense. I saw this as a young kid, and I regretted it at the time. But
see, that was the thing. It came out in 1979.
Yeah,
I wanted to go see it, but I couldn't because I was too young.
Me too. I was just born.
So I got the screw you.
You got the Laserdisc version?
No, I got the paperback.
A novel
tie-in, movie tie-in. Yep. So that way I knew the story, and then when I finally was old enough, I could watch the movie. Oh my God, I love that! It's so intense.
And I you learn years later, like the Ridley Scott's connection to Giger, right? H.R. Giger's art, right? Sort of creating the look of the alien, right?
Yeah.
That was cool. I mean, it was. Man, gothic space horror. I mean, it was a brand new thing. I mean,
it was extremely well done.
Oh.
And I think in 1979 having a strong female lead.
Yeah, Ripley.
Yeah, that was a pretty rare thing.
Because Princess Leia before that, right? I mean, I don't think there were even any women in 2001. Maybe like on before they leave for space.
Yeah, none of the astronauts were. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. So it was. I think it was different for its day, but even the trailer creeps you the hell out. If you watch, that was one of the because we're doing this thing where every once in a while we're gonna have my daughter watch with completely fresh eyes. Watch some science fiction classic.
Oh my God.
Without me saying, okay, this is one of my favorite movies ever, just to let her watch it, get her own fresh take on it and see what she thinks. That was one that I thought about until I watched the trailer. I was like, oh yeah, no, that's probably not it's not a good idea. When he busts out of the stomach. Yeah.
Or the android. Yeah. What was his name?
Bishop was in
Bishop. Yeah.
No, that was
in Aliens.
That was Aliens.
Yeah. Right where they brought the android.
What was his name? I can see him. When
he plays Obsidian now in Legends.
No, that was Bishop. That was in
Oh, you talking about the original android?
Yes,
Ash.
Yes.
Right. Because he goes rogue.
Yeah.
Right, and like tries to kill them.
And that's why in Aliens she's so.
I don't want an android on board.
Yeah, I don't want an android on. She doesn't want Bishop around. She doesn't trust him because Ash went all HAL 9000.
Yes.
But yeah, that it actually was on. The other week it was on one of the high channels. It was on the DirecTV. It was on, so I was watching a little bit, and then my wife and daughter got home, so it was just like, okay,
all right,
please y'all stay in the kitchen just a second. I just want to watch this scene, and then y'all can come in and I'll change the channel.
Oh my God, yeah.
It was the
face hugger,
the bust out. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I just want to watch this scene, and then I'll cut it off.
Yeah, right, because it's like the face hugger grabs and he impregnates him, and then they get it off, and they're like, oh, good.
And he's partying like, I'm hungry, I want something to eat,
and then all of a sudden,
yep.
There was the space casserole. You got to watch out.
I know. In Spaceballs, they did that same. It was the same dude. And
who played him?
And he's like, when he starts screaming and he lays down, he looks directly at the camera and goes, "Oh, Not again.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember the guy. I can see his face, but I can't think of his name.
Was he the one who played? Yeah. Oh no, that's not him. Okay, sorry. I thought he was the guy who John Hurts. That's his name, John Hurt.
Yeah. Okay.
I thought it was the guy who played the principal in The Breakfast Club, but it wasn't. Yeah, Barry Manilow dressing dude. Yeah, but not even close. Yeah. Yeah, right. But in Spaceballs, he goes, "Oh no, not again."
Not again. Yeah. But next one on the list, number 13, Star Wars: The Empire Strikes Back.
Really?
I think
above New Hope or
of
Jedi?
the original trilogy.
Yeah.
That was probably the best one.
Wow.
I mean, it's pretty dark. So it is.
They just lose. Right?
Yeah, they get the
rebels
crap
lose.
kicked out of them the entire time. But it's.
But it ends uncertain. Like Luke goes to Dagobah, and then they go on to wherever.
You have to look at the three of them as one full story, and that A New Hope is the first act. Act 2 is Empire Strikes Back, where they get the crap kicked out of them. And
that's where we have Cloud City, and then Han gets frozen, and Carbonite. Yeah, Boba Fett. No, that's Jedi. Yeah.
That's Jedi. Yeah. But the next one on the list, The Lathe of Heaven.
Oh, don't know that.
I know the name because it's a Ursula K. Le Guin novel.
Ah, okay.
But I've never seen the movie. As a matter of fact, I didn't realize there was a movie.
Yeah, no, I've
it's a made-for-TV movie. Okay, that's the thing. It was a made-for-TV movie for PBS, so probably had pretty. I'm not bagging on PBS.
70s?
1980.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
pretty close.
But yeah, the only way I know the name is because of the novel. So, next one on the list, Mad Max 2: The Road Warrior.
Nice.
Again, absolutely essential.
That's how to classic.
Yeah. Just walk away.
Yeah.
That was. I'm interested that Mad Max is not on the list.
Why that wouldn't be?
Because I liked it as well as I did Road Warrior.
Well, I saw Road Warrior first, and then I went
Most
back
people
and saw
did because
Mad
it was,
Max.
Yeah.
It was a B film, like kind of at that stage. But then Beyond Thunderdome was star-studded.
Exactly, yeah. It's when he got some money and he decided to do it up a little better. So, the next one on the list, also a sequel, Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Of course. Well, motion pictures,
yeah.
I don't know what they were doing with that one.
Yeah. They're wearing jammies. And those uniforms look horrible.
I know. What were they thinking? I mean, that little belt buckle, like what?
The belt buckle with no belt.
Yeah, right. It was like an internal belt, like
exactly. It was
like a little water bottle or something.
It was weird. It was just weird. Next one on the list, another one of my favorites, Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Because I love cyberpunk, and it doesn't get any more cyberpunk than Blade Runner.
Nope.
And I cannot wait for the sequel.
Yeah,
this is gonna be awesome. So, but yeah, the way they it's Ridley Scott. It's like Spielberg. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, Ridley Scott's always been the champion of the dark side of things.
Oh yeah,
always
the dystopian.
Totally.
Yeah. Spielberg was the grounded yet positive.
Right.
World.
Right. E.T. Close Encounters. Yeah.
But Ridley Scott was the future dystopian,
we're all gonna die.
Nasty, dirty future.
Yeah. Don't even go out in space.
Yeah, that was his thing. Speaking of Spielberg, next one on the list, E.T. Again, another absolute classic.
That's right.
I wish he'd quit messing with it like George Lucas, but they're buddies. That's what they do.
Well, I think they're still reeling from the failed Atari game.
Oh God. Where they buried
in the desert.
Yeah, they buried them all in the desert because they couldn't sell them. That's bad.
It's back before recycling.
Yeah. Next one, Tron, 1982.
Yeah,
the
Disney.
Original.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was at the time. That was really a mind blower for the effects that they used.
Incredible. Yeah. I mean, I still to this day blown away by how amazing Tron is.
It really does look like they stepped out of a video game.
Yeah. Well, the laser scanner was a little bit of a stretch. But.
Yeah, there was some. I mean, there's only so much they can do with certain stuff. But yeah, it for its time in 1982, it was crazy good.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like the names, like you look back, you're like, his name is Ram.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Next on the list, Back to the Future.
Nice.
I think you have to have all three of them.
Oh.
Because they're all attached. I mean, you one leads right into the next.
Something about, yeah.
Yeah. You have to kind of take them all as one.
That's right.
So, but yeah, if you haven't seen Back to the Future, I'm not sure what you're doing.
You're just too damn loud.
Now, now this one is, it's very weird. Brazil.
Oh man, I've seen that. I did not understand what the hell it was about.
It's very weird.
Wacky film.
And it's Terry Gilliam was the director.
Right, who did
from
Time
Monty Python.
Bandits and Monty Python,
so
all sorts of weirdness.
Yeah, and that's the thing, Monty Python is really, really funny for the most part. There's some stuff they do that you're like, okay, what the hell are they doing?
What does that even mean?
Yeah.
Is that a joke?
And that was, and you when you look at Terry Gilliam's stuff, now you realize, okay, a lot of that was coming from him. He was as part of the troupe. He was the one bringing that stuff up.
That's right. He was like from New Zealand or something.
Yeah, that was a very weird one. But next one, Enemy Mine.
Yeah.
Have you seen that one?
Yeah, where they get crash landed on the planet and they're bitter enemies and they have to co-survive.
And it's cheesy, but at the same time it's actually looking
Dennis
at
Quaid?
Dennis Quaid, and Louis Gossett Jr.
Right.
was the alien.
Who was pregnant.
Yes.
Right. He turned out to be pregnant.
Kinda. They were if I remember correctly, they were they're not pregnant like
they like respawn as a new
it was
life
like
form?
asexual.
Yeah.
But he did have a new life form.
Right. Who then Dennis Quaid like became
essentially adopted.
Beloved. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So yeah, it's cheesy, but they had real issues that they were dealing with, and it was pretty good way to get the message across.
I always saw it as like a Cold War mini play.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Where they
it was 1985
to get along. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. Next one on the list, RoboCop.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
The dance or the movie?
The dance.
Yeah, the RoboCop.
Oh Lord.
Just look it up. You'll learn it.
I don't
That's your homework for Monday.
Don't wanna.
Learn the RoboCop.
Yeah, but 1987, the original RoboCop, and that we can forget about 2 and 3.
Thank you for your cooperation.
Yeah. It again. It's a recurring thing for me. I like Ridley Scott. I like the dystopian kind of crazy, whacked out.
Did he
future.
direct that?
No.
Oh.
No, Paul Verhoeven did this. And that's another thing with Paul Verhoeven, it's going to be bloody.
Oh.
Really, really bloody.
Well, when the like Ed 209 whatever like Gatling guns to scientists
and that's the thing when in the Criterion Collection DVD, there's commentary with Verhoeven.
There is Criterion Collection RoboCop?
Yes.
You're kidding me.
Nope.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. Yep. It's awesome.
All right.
It's awesome.
I thought I mean, I love RoboCop. It's an institution, but I see that as sort of pop culture, like throwaway cinema, not like Criterion where it's like
no, it's
in this scene.
Yeah, and he actually talks about that scene because they made him because
like tone it down.
It was longer. It was much longer in his cut, and they made him take half of it out. And his argument was, it's so long, it's so over the top that it becomes cartoonish.
Oh, so trimming it would make it more intense,
and that was the thing. He
realistic.
Said they made me trim it, and it now is more brutal.
Yeah, because it's a jump cut. You don't even see some things like they take it away, before you imagine it.
And that was his argument that it was Ed 209 is so overdoing it that it becomes like a caricature, and it's
not bad.
cartoonish.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not bad, but they made him cut it down, which made it worse.
Unbelievable.
So, but that's life in the big city.
I buy that for $1.
That's right. Next one, Predator.
Yeah.
1987.
Nice. Yeah. Kill me. Sorry.
Yeah, it's another one of those. It's
Isn't there a guy in that movie? He's a famous actor. He's from Charlotte. He's the African American guy who's like shaving like all the time.
Oh, he shaves with his knife?
Well, no, he's just a razor, like a Bic razor, like the whole time. He's from Charlotte, apparently. Yeah, I had learned this like from because I saw him like at a Hornets game. Well, I guess a Bobcats game thing, but I forget what his name is because I think he actually passed away like in the last 5 or 6 years. I want to say.
Let me.
Yeah, I forget his name, but like it's the guy he's one of the troops. He doesn't say much. And like he's got like giant eyes, like that are always intense.
I think I know the guy you're talking about, but I don't know his.
And he's always shaving. I mean, it's not Carl Lewis, right? It's like
it's not Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers, yes. Sorry, not Carl Lewis.
Yeah.
Ed something. Oh, I can't remember the.
Jesse Ventura.
Yeah,
that's not him, but
I know.
I got time to bleed
with the Gatling gun. Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it an IMDb? Sorry, I've derailed the show here.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It happens all the time. Now I'm looking at the...
Yeah, let's see. Full cast and crew. Yeah, you should go to the website that actually matters.
Ah.
Bill Duke, who plays Mac.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, this guy.
Yeah, that was the guy I was thinking.
I think he's from Charlotte.
Let's see.
He was born in Poughkeepsie, but yeah, I think he's from Charlotte. But anyway, it's been a minute since.
Did he pass away?
No, he's alive.
No, he's still alive.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. Bill Duke, Charlotte.
I don't see anything about Charlotte.
Well, all right then.
But
yeah. Okay. Sorry.
So never mind. But it's still a fun movie. It's one of those that it's an 80s action movie. I mean, it's science fiction, but it's 80s action.
It's well, the whole like vision, like that was genuinely
cool.
scary.
Yeah.
Like when you couldn't see the Predator when he had that like a super stealth mode on and everything. Yeah. I mean, it was
Yeah, but it was a fun movie. That was the main thing. You just kind of check your brain at the door and just watch it and enjoy it. And speaking of checking your brain at the door, the next one on the list, They Live.
Oh, awesome.
Classic.
Roddy Piper. Oh, man.
Yeah. Roddy Piper in his...
Who else was in that movie, like co-star?
It was Keith. Was it David Keith? I can't remember his name.
I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah, that was... I've come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah, it was a cool movie because like when
Keith
he finds
David.
the glasses. Yeah, there you go.
Keith David. Yeah, and that fight, the two of them in the back alley were just beating the crap out of each other.
Roddy's a professional fighter, you know, or getting his butt kicked type of guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I should say.
I loved that fight. It was awesome. But yeah, the whole movie was just...
It's John Carpenter, right?
Yeah, John Carpenter was the director. The whole thing was just made to be quoted over and over again. It's like, and with Roddy Piper, he's one of the best talkers in the history of professional wrestling.
With the full like ancient Egyptian mullet, you know, like full pyramid on his head. I mean, just amazing, and the collar. Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
Love that movie.
Hell yeah.
This one I've only watched. I don't know if I've watched the whole thing, but it's been a long time. Akira.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing. I remember it was a long time ago. I remember watching it, but I don't know if I finished it.
Kaneda, Tetsuo.
Yeah.
I mean, that bike scene in the beginning.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, that's a As far as I'm concerned, back when it was Japanimation.
Yes.
Yeah, that was golden era for sure. Yeah, Akira's one of the best.
Yeah, it's
absolutely
very cool.
Yeah, good one.
Next one, Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Oh man,
another classic. Yeah,
you
gotta.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you've. What have you done with your life?
What have you done with yourself?
Number 28, Jurassic Park.
Nice.
Spielberg keeps popping up on this, and the original is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's again, you can kind of just ignore the sequels.
But the other one had a larger mythos world. Like they really expanded it, you know, especially.
Yeah. That's true, but it got a little weird, and they didn't bring the actual cast back except for Goldblum, and it just got weird. It was the third one actually wasn't that bad, but I just loved the first one.
And the Genesis one, they can't even spell Genesis.
The next one, Ghost in the Shell.
The anime.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, 1995.
Oh man.
Yeah. So there's a lot of anime popping up on here.
I was a junior in high school.
Oh, you shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Next one, 12 Monkeys. Another Terry Gilliam.
Yeah, which is a remake of a based on a weird science fiction
based
film.
on the French time travel story
La Jetée.
Jetée, yeah, okay.
By Chris Marker.
Okay.
Yeah, which is a shortened version of it. And the whole movie, La Jetée, is all still photos. There's no motion footage in the whole movie, and it's one of the most compelling science fiction movies ever. And it's like 28 minutes. You can watch it on YouTube for free. In fact, I'm going to go right now and post La Jetée because it's a public domain movie on the YouTubes, and then put it on.
Cool.
Yeah, here it is, 26 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's it. So here we go, folks. We're going to waste a little bit of your life with this great film.
We haven't wasted enough already.
But it inspired 12 Monkeys.
Okay.
And if you watch La Jetée and then you become familiar with it, and then you see 12 Monkeys, it's like, oh, cool. That's like all I wanted to know in that space.
Yeah.
So
cool. All right, the next one on the list, Gattaca.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've watched that, but
Ethan Hawke, right?
Ethan Hawke, yeah, exactly. It was a very different look at it. It was dystopian, but
reminded me of Bradbury.
A cleaner dystopia.
Yeah.
Because it was
well, it was beautiful but nasty.
Exactly.
Like that's what kept it beautiful, was that like they were second class citizens.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the whole thing where he would
take out the contacts
and he had the thing on his fingers that had blood, a little pack that had blood in it, so he could get through the scanner.
Right, and be a normal person.
Yeah,
yeah, because
exactly.
Didn't he have hearing and vision problems, and that sort of led to him being a second class?
I think so. It's been a while since I've seen that one, but yeah, I think that was it.
That was good.
Yeah,
film.
It's a good one. Next one, Fifth Element. I love that movie.
Not a T-pass.
It's a weird one, but I love it. I absolutely love it. And a lot of it is Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich.
Oh yeah, I mean they
carry it
so well.
Yeah,
and then the priest, he's funny. Get out.
That was Ash in Alien. Same dude.
Oh yeah. Was he also Bilbo Baggins?
Yes.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, yep.
And then Chris Tucker as
Ruby Rod.
Ruby Rod,
the DJ. Yeah.
Like that was
so funny. So funny. Yeah.
With the big Gumby blonde thing in the front.
Yeah.
And then what was his name? Played the guy who
Gary Sinise.
No, not Gary Sinise. Gary
Oldman.
Oldman.
Yes.
Yeah. What was his name? Kron or Krod or something?
Zorg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Way off.
God, I love that movie. Yeah. Yeah, it's as they put it here, it's joyously silly and bizarre.
Yep.
Yep.
That's a pretty diplomatic way to describe it. Yeah.
Yep. And next one on the list, The Matrix. The first one, ignore 2 and 3.
The one from the 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, that
was incredible.
They absolutely
got it. The bullet
absolutely
time, all revolutionary. I mean, the story was cool. Kind of twisted your mind a little bit. I mean, that was
yeah, especially at the beginning. It was funny thing that I always remember when I first went to go see it. When they're coming after him, the agents are coming in to his job. The phone rings. Morpheus tells him to get into the office in the corner,
right,
and go out on the ledge. So he goes out on the ledge, and then he freaks out and he drops the phone. The next thing you see is a cut to them taking him out. You don't see him deciding to get back in the window and the agents taking him. That's just the next thing you see. From behind me in the theater, like 2 rows up, there was some woman that was back there. How'd they get him? And I cracked up and had to keep from busting out laughing in the theater. So, but I'll always remember that because they don't show you that part, and you have to just kind of make the leap yourself. But she didn't get it. She was not with it. So, the next one on the list is another one of my favorites, Galaxy Quest.
Oh yeah.
If you've ever been into a fandom, this is the best movie for you to watch. It's awesome.
I mean, better than Spaceballs? Like as far as parody
Yeah, because
is concerned?
this specifically parodied the fandom.
Star Trek.
No, the fandom.
Yeah, right, because they're all the actors of the show, and then they got really taken. Yeah. And it was cool because it was plausible because like they would send the show out into space because of television signals, and the aliens thought it was real.
They thought it was
they had a military
historical documents. Is what they called it.
Yeah, right. So, right, they all knew everybody, and asked them questions.
Yeah, and so it was, but you got to see the convention and the.
Well, then Alan Rickman's makeup becomes real, right? Once they go out in space.
Yeah, it's
or they get zapped into the.
Yeah, it's on there, and like as he's fighting in the inn when they're having to fight to get back to ship, you can see like rips in it, and where his actual hair is sticking through the skull cap.
Oh my God!
So, but yeah, I love it. It's Tim Allen. Did an incredible job.
Sigourney Weaver.
And Sigourney Weaver,
like,
yeah, exactly.
Putting herself in that genre, right? I mean,
exactly.
Rickman was just a bad guy and thing by then, you know.
Yeah, and I love the fact that he was the real actor.
Shakespearean
actor on the show, but yet when they're trying to figure out what's wrong with Jason, Tim Allen's character, they show this scene where Gwen, Sigourney Weaver, is talking to him. She's in this beautiful house in the hills. He's in a crappy apartment, and you can hear a siren, police siren in the background. But yet he's the real actor. So,
I mean, you know.
Yeah. Next one is another favorite, The Incredibles.
Oh,
yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's a good one.
I think it's the only decent Fantastic Four that we've seen, version of the Fantastic Four we've seen on in a movie.
Not even Roger Corman's version?
I stand by what I just said.
You stand by then.
But yeah, it's just fun. It's a lot of fun to watch. And aren't they making another one?
Yeah, supposedly. Like that and Iron Giant are long overdue for sequels, and I think like incredible, especially now at all the advances. Like you watch Incredibles and it looks still good, but it looks dated now. Like the CG doesn't quite have that blend.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah, so we could see. Yeah, that would be pretty cool to. And was it Samuel L. Jackson?
Yeah, he was
the buddy. I can't remember his name.
Frozone.
Frozen. Yeah, there you go.
And then Craig T. Nelson.
Yep.
Coach was Mr. Incredible. Yeah.
Yeah, I had never even thought about that. Yeah.
Yeah, right. He was coach.
Him.
Yeah, right. Craig T. Nelson.
Yep.
Back in the day.
Cool. All right. Next on the list, Serenity, the Firefly movie.
Oh, I didn't see this.
Have you never seen?
I watched one episode of Firefly on a friend's recommendation, and it didn't stick for me. But I hear it's incredible. It's short-lived, but it's incredible, right? Firefly.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to watch. It's one of those that you have to know and get into Joss Whedon's style because it's very Whedon.
Whedon's recently done what? What's his most recent? Didn't he take over one of the big franchises?
Avengers.
Ah, okay.
That's what he.
Then, all right.
He did.
I've heard
Avengers.
Of that.
He did. Yeah.
Heard of that
one. He created Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and was I think he had. I don't know if he was an active writer still or director still for most of the series, but he had his hands in the TV series pretty much the whole time.
Wow.
It was on
the Buffy TV series.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I didn't realize. I thought he just took the concept from the movie that was put out and made it into a TV show. He did the movie, but they made changes.
We couldn't get Christy Swanson or whatever, right, to play her. They got Sarah Michelle.
They got Sarah Michelle Gellar. Yeah,
I think did a better job.
Yeah, he wanted exactly. That was the thing. He wanted somebody younger and they made so many changes to what he wanted to do to the movie. I mean, the movie was fine.
Oh, it was great. I love the death scene.
Yeah.
Like,
the extended death scene for Pee Wee Herman. I liked the movie, but then the TV show, it was different, but it was awesome too.
Yeah.
So it was, but yeah, I didn't realize that he had done the movie as well. I thought it was just he had gotten a hold of it and changed it.
Drastically different.
Yeah, it was very different.
I mean, this is not a Becky on Roseanne or a Darren. No. Yeah, we noticed.
All right, next, Wall-E.
Oh,
I've
the
not
Disney?
seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
I've not seen that. Yeah,
like Wall-E. Right?
Yeah,
the
Wall-E.
little
Yes,
robot with binocular
exactly.
eyes.
Next one, also another one I haven't seen. Moon from 2009. Moon. As much as it's true that we're drowning in a sea of derivative garbage as Hollywood tries to churn out as many cookie cutter films and sequels as possible, some really original and clever films have sneaked through. Moon is both a throwback to old school filmmaking, mostly practical effects, a single massive set that was built in its entirety and sealed up during filming, and a huge step forward in terms of using special effects in a clever, inobtrusive way. The central trick of having two Sam Rockwells could not have been done without CG effects, and the DVD gives some insight into just how hard it was to pull off. This movie manages to make the theme of corporate evil and the nature of selfhood that pops up in so many movies on this list and make it totally fresh by throwing in a horrifying twist in which Rockwell's character turns out to be disposable in the most literal sense.
Ooh. Yeah, I've seen, like, I think this was on Netflix for a while. I'm not sure if it's still there, but man, this looks rough.
Oh, cool.
All right.
Hey,
that's cool. Yeah.
Wow. To check out.
Yeah.
This one also I never saw was District 9. I know it was a huge.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
A huge movie. It was an indie film. I didn't know that.
Huh.
But it has like a quasi documentary feel to it.
Okay, so like direct cinema.
Yeah, and District 9 I think is where, like, if I remember correctly,
weird robot looking.
Yeah, those
things.
are aliens, and they come here and they kind of segregate them and put. And this I may be.
It says no humans allowed.
Yeah, I may be completely
and they
bastardizing
have, like,
this.
Cthulhu face.
Yeah. Cthulhu face. Yeah, but they basically segregate them and have their own little
area, little district.
Yeah, little district that they stay in.
Number 9,
exactly. Next one, Inception, 2010, Christopher Nolan.
Wow,
that one I have not seen.
Oh, mind bender.
It's exactly what I was about to say, but I know it's a mind bender.
I mean, it's dreams within dreams. It's like, whoa, yeah.
Next one, Looper. That one, I remember that one when it came out. It's Bruce Willis. It's a time travel movie.
Oh yeah, I remember this, 2012.
If I remember correctly, he is supposed to. People are sent through time, and he kills them.
Oh,
he assassinates them, and I think his own self gets sent back.
I guess his younger self.
His younger self gets sent. I remember it's one of those. It's a time travel thing that's gonna
hurt you.
It's gonna hurt you. Yep. Exactly. Another one, a newer one, from 2014, Predestination. Never heard of
know
this
that one either. Yeah. Damn.
It's a Robert Heinlein.
Which
story.
Is a big time novelist, right? That we've heard on the show. Yeah. Wow. Ethan Hawke again.
Yeah. I have
cool.
to check that one out as well. And next one on the list, one of our favorites, Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh.
That's
good. Yeah, it was a fantastic movie.
Yeah, it was. Absolutely. Yeah.
From effects to, I mean, even the music. It didn't need to have the, hooked on a feeling, but it worked it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, yeah, it ended up being way better than I was expecting. I mean, because before it came out, I was openly going, okay, why are you doing this?
Like I don't even
What
know
are they
these
doing?
characters.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they're not even the real team, but like in 2, it looks like they're going to get what's his
Yondu.
name? Yeah, Yondu, who's the original leader of the Guardians. I gotta say, in the trailer, the Drax hug scene.
Oh
like,
yeah,
where he's like, "Do you want a hug?" And he's like, "No, I'm good." And he's like, "I'll just give you one." He's like, I said no, but that's okay. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, I was more surprised with the first one, so I'm a little less like, oh, okay, like I'm just gonna go see it and just deal with it. But I hope it's really good.
I'm sure it will be. Yeah,
it better be.
Next on the list, Ex Machina.
Yeah,
that was the last couple of years. It's been
intense. Action.
Yeah, it's been one of the best ones in the last couple of years. And another one from last year, The Martian.
Oh, incredible.
Yeah, the last one on IO9's list. But I also have several other lists. One that I found that was very interesting was the top 10 science fiction movies voted by scientists.
Oh, all right. Let's hear these.
Number 10, War of the Worlds.
The original.
The original. Yes, exactly. Cool. Yeah. Number 9, Star Wars.
Cool.
Because probably a lot of scientists as a kid were into Star Wars, and it got them into the realm of science.
Of everything that we have now.
Yeah. Let's see. 8, Blade Runner.
Nice.
7, Jurassic Park. 6, WALL-E.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of surprises me, but
I love that one. Yeah. Maybe it's really good.
5, Fantastic Voyage, which is that's really cool because they shrink down and they have to travel through a guy's bloodstream. That's
incredible.
That was
that's
pretty
a
cool.
Great classic. I mean, that's
number 4, Alien.
Nice.
Number 3, and it surprises me, Brazil.
Terry Gilliam again.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Number 2, The Matrix, and the number 1 science fiction movie voted by scientists, 2001: A Space Odyssey.
All right.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess.
So what's your? Are you going on another list here?
Yeah, I've got a couple.
Okay. I was gonna ask like what your top is, like what you think is your favorite of all time.
That is really hard to say. There's so many.
Yeah.
I can't. I mean,
what's your go-to? Like, what would you like? What can you always watch that has the most watchability factor?
Star Trek is never a bad thing.
The movies
for me. Any of the movies as well. Yeah, but there's some that you want to skip, but 5
and 4. Voyage Home is a waste.
No, I like 4, and it may. I mean, it.
You like the whales? Transparent aluminum.
Computer. It's more. It is more of a nostalgia thing for me. I actually, when it came out, I won tickets. A trivia contest on the radio station.
Nice.
I called in and answered a trivia question, and I got tickets to premiere.
To the premiere, cool.
So that is it has a little. I forgive some things.
Oh, all right.
Because I have a connection to it.
Yeah, you love it. Okay.
And it was 3.
Search for Spock.
Yeah, I like that one too. See, that's the thing. 2, 3, and 4 have to go together.
Mm-hmm.
As far as
they're an arc.
They're an arc.
Yeah.
And I like all 3 of them. 5 is not good. Yeah. 6 is
Undiscovered Country.
Yeah.
Right. And Final Frontier. Final Frontier is 5. 6 is Undiscovered Country.
Okay. Yeah. 6 is decent. It's not great, but it's decent.
It's the peace. The peace one.
But the like I said, it's kind of. Certain ones are good, certain ones are bad. Same thing with the Next Generation ones.
Yeah.
First Contact.
Nemesis. Yeah.
First Contact is awesome.
Brilliant. So brilliant.
Absolutely.
It's
awesome.
like all the cast is cheesing over Zephram Cochrane, right?
Yes.
The reluctant creator of Warp Drive.
Exactly.
But then like Nemesis was what?
Nemesis
came out of nowhere. That was with the clone of the Romulan.
See,
clone.
that one I liked.
Of Picard.
It was Insurrection that I did not like.
Oh.
It felt like an episode.
Was that the one with the stretchy face people? Like
Maybe.
Which is the one where the guy gets his face stretched?
Oh yeah, that
was
Insurrection.
That was Insurrection. Okay.
Yeah. Nemesis was the last one. And it was the guy, it was actually Bane. Thomas Hardy played the clone
of Kirk or of Picard.
Picard, yeah. But he was so skinny then; it's hardly even recognizable as him.
Yeah, I didn't know what was going on with that one.
Yeah, see, I like that. It was different. It was a weird story, but I liked it. Insurrection felt like an episode. It didn't feel like a movie. But yeah, I mean, Aliens, both. I absolutely love those because for me it's like in a series you go from science fiction horror, which was the original Alien, and then the next one goes to science fiction action movie. I mean, it was every video game first person shooter that I played in the 90s, that was Aliens.
Totally.
It was straight from it because
even the side scroller of Aliens.
The Marines. I mean, it was what you got in Doom and
Wolfenstein. Well, not Wolfenstein so much.
Yeah, but
Blake Gold and the Alien, or Blake Stone and the Aliens of Gold.
Yeah, I mean, it was the inspiration for most of them.
Tons of it. Yeah.
Yeah. I love those. I love Blade Runner. I'm trying to think some of, like you said, some of the go-to.
Well, let me tell you mine that didn't get on any of the lists.
Okay.
Stargate.
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen it.
Not the show.
Not the show, but the movie. Yeah.
Stargate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought was incredible when I first saw it. It blew me away. Yeah. That and Fifth Element are like my two.
Yeah.
Because they were in the same time frame, roughly. And when those two films came out, I was like, whoa. Like legitimately like mind expanded.
Yeah. Oh, so. Yeah. Same thing with Fifth Element. It was one of those. It's just, and that's the thing that is good with science fiction like that. They're not going to explain it to you.
No,
this is the world it's in.
Yeah, that's it. Accept it. And here you are.
And that's the thing.
In media res.
And that's and you jump right into it. You don't worry about it. No. Just go.
Right. It's not like in the year 2020.
No, you don't have to explain that.
Please do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Just go for it.
Yeah.
I see. When you talk about ones that are good or bad, I like a lot of really cheesy stuff too.
Yeah.
So saying, like looking at Star Trek 4, yeah, it was cheesy, but I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, so Johnny Mnemonic.
Yeah. Right.
With Keanu Reeves was based on a William Gibson story, which is William Gibson is one of my favorite authors, science fiction authors. It's cheesy, it's flawed, but I absolutely love it, and I'll sit and watch it any day. Demolition Man.
Oh God.
With Stallone.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
And Wesley Snipes.
Oh,
yeah.
Man,
I love that because it's just so cheesy. Over the top. Yeah, the original Judge Dredd movie. Actually, both of them. I like the Carl Urban one, but I still enjoy the Stallone Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
It's not Judge Dredd.
No.
but it's still an enjoyable movie for me.
How about Ice Pirates?
Ice Pirates. I've never seen that.
You never seen Ice Pirates?
No.
Oh, it's like a science fiction squashbuckling in the future, and then they steal ice because water is a scarce resource. Yeah. All right, here's another one.
Okay.
Robot Jocks.
Robot Jocks. I know that name.
Forget who the lead character is, but they fight. They go in giant robots and they go out in the desert and they fight. And it's like,
I think I've seen that. That's not the Real Steel one that just came out.
It's kind of like it, or Pacific Rim is kind of like that. But it was like in the 80s.
I do remember this.
Yeah. What's that guy's name? He's the main character with the mullet.
Oh, of course. It was 1990. Of course there was a mullet.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's give it the IMDb page. Oh, yes. I remember this. Right. See, it's one of those things that I'll watch it, but then I don't remember the name of it. But like if I see a picture, I'll go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, well, you mentally blocked it out to preserve your sanity.
Gary Graham was Achilles.
Gary Graham, that's right.
Anne-Marie Johnson was Athena. I'm looking for any other names I might recognize, and I'm not seeing any.
Yeah.
No. There's Gary Graham. Who's that? That's the worst picture.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh, okay. It's that dude. Again,
That dude.
It's that guy. Yeah.
That guy.
See, that I watch a bunch of movies like that just you'll see people that are like, oh yeah, it's that guy.
Yeah.
You don't know his name, but he's in like all these different things.
And I got one more, and I think
Okay.
we'll end our segment here. Logan's Run.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. With Basil. What's his name? The guy who played Logan. I can't remember now. Damn. But I thought that was such a cool, interesting movie. Yeah. I mean, it was just so bizarre, and like it foreshadowed Tinder. Remember when he turns on the like mirror and he's like
Michael York.
Yeah, yep. And they call it the circuit.
Yep.
And then like the woman shows up and she's like, I don't want to be here. And he's like, well, why did you put yourself on the circuit?
Yep.
And it was like,
that's
you should have swiped right, you know.
That's a really good point. Yeah. I'd never really thought about that, but yes, that we kind of have that now. So
bizarre movie.
Yeah. But yeah, it's stuff like that, which, again, it's like we were saying before, it's dystopian, but it's beautiful.
Mm.
But it's beautiful because it's nasty. They do certain things like, okay,
you die before you're 30 in that carousel, and they cheer you on as they're being shot with lasers.
Yeah.
Bizarre. Yeah, very bizarre.
The old story of bread and circuses. The old Roman Empire. You give them bread and you give them circuses, and they're happy.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yep. There you go. All right. Well, that is our look at the greatest science fiction movies and some not so great science fiction movies of all time. But again, hey, I love a good cheesy, schlocky science fiction movie.
Man,
so
pour it on.
So, yeah, I love it. So before we get out of here, we're going to take a look at our picks of the week. What do you have?
I got a new Valiant title that's just come out, written by Peter Milligan and drawn by Juan Jose Rip, and Jordi Belair does the color. And it is called Britannia.
Oh.
And it's a cool story that takes place during Roman-occupied Britain.
Oh, wow.
Which is pretty damn cool. So I'm on issue 3, which is the latest.
Cool.
And I read issue 2. I haven't read issue 1 because it's sold out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's hard with indie comics. They don't do reissues.
Nope.
And if you didn't get it when it was in the store, you might be out of luck.
Yeah.
You might find one on eBay.
I'm just going to make it up.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pretend something.
Yeah, you just fill in the blanks where you can.
What you got?
Mine is The Lost Boys.
Oh, the series is IDW or?
No, it's a Vertigo.
Vertigo.
It's a Vertigo series.
It's super quality.
It picks up after the movie. The movie ended, and I've read issue 2 now.
Cool.
David is back.
Oh.
They haven't explained how.
Yeah, right. Because he's
how
killed.
he got around. Yeah, he was killed in the movie.
Michael. Sorry.
One of the Frog Brothers is dead now.
What? Which one? Corey or
Corey?
Oh.
Yeah, I can't remember whether it's Edgar or Alan.
Yeah, right. And their parents are still high.
They got lured into. Actually, no, I think both of them are gone now.
Oh.
One Corey, he's gone because David gets him and.
Oh yeah.
And he's done.
Yeah.
The other one gets pulled. They're in that hotel. Yeah, that hotel where they were before.
Yep.
And they go into a cave, and one of them gets pulled. They're in water, and one of them gets pulled under. The other one, Alan, we'll say. I don't know which one's which, but the non-Corey one gets pulled under, so you don't see him die. But
we need TV tropes there to tell us we need a body.
Corey is gone though. David, Grandpa gets killed.
Oh.
And he actually.
I bought these and you just ruined it.
I
didn't ruin Britannia for you.
But it's not like you're not going to read it.
Of course I'm going to read it. with anger.
But Grandpa was the leader of a group of vampire hunters.
Yeah.
And the frogs are trying to get into the group, and he won't let them. He'll train them, but he's not letting them go out anymore. And then somebody attacks the group and kills all of them. So, and there's a scene where the police are talking to Mom, Sam and Michael's mom.
Yep.
Because she has to identify
the body.
Grandpa's body.
Oh.
And they're going, okay, there's marks on the necks, but there's gangs in Santa Carla that do that to make it look like vampires. So it's not any kind of supernatural. So the police are going
like trying to spin it.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, okay, this is not vampires. So,
oh man,
it's and before Grandpa died, they find the stuff. They're going through his stuff, and they find an application to be in the Hunters Union, is what they call it, the Vampire Hunter Group. And the end of issue 2, you get the reveal of who that applicant was, and it's a pretty cool.
Is it David?
Huh? No.
Oh, okay.
No, but it's from the movie, and it's a pretty cool reveal. You're like, holy crap! So yeah,
is it the shirtless saxophone player?
Yes,
yes,
yes, it is.
Yes. Who was in what, the E Street Band, right? Or
no, he was Tina Turner's
saxophone player.
Yeah,
right. Man, he was sexy.
But that
look at that oily chest.
Yeah, he as they're the end of the issue. They're one of the I think it was Sam said, I wonder who that applicant is, and so you start having little clips of what he wrote on his application.
Oh my god!
And like real close shots of him reaching out. He talks about being a musician, and he grabs the saxophone. You just see his hand grab the saxophone, and then you flip the page, and it's full on with the chain necklace coming down. You know, and there's
like the greased curly hair, with the ponytail.
When he's going to grab the saxophone, in the background there's a thing of baby oil.
Damn!
Yes. And you flip to the last page, and he's full on playing saxophone with the chain necklace and everything.
God,
yeah.
That's great.
So it's if you enjoy the movie, you're gonna love this comic because
the one for him, Michael would not have met Star and Laddie.
That is true. Yeah, and Laddie's still there, and Star and Laddie are still there, and but Star's freaking out because
don't tell me all the stuff.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
Come
it's just awesome. I can't. I'm really.
We're gonna rename this segment to Spoilers of the Movie, starring Timmy.
Tim spoils it all.
You're like a failing fridge.
Yeah. I do that.
Everything just gets nasty, and we open the door, and then it's just
nasty, and it stinks. Stank face. So. All right, that's going to wrap up this week's edition of the Ninja Troll Digicast. Remember, for all the latest news from all around geek culture, make sure you follow us on social media, facebook.com/Ninja Troll Digicast.
We're on Twitter at Ninja Troll Show.
And Instagram at Ninja Troll Digicast.
You can catch us on YouTube at youtube.com/C/Ninja Troll Digicast.
And you can always visit us at NinjaTrollDigicast.com. And while you're there, click on the subscribe to iTunes button to get the Ninja Troll on iTunes. Make sure you join us next week. In 2 weeks. Same Ninja time, same Ninja channel.
You've been listening to the Ninja Troll Digicast. Tune in next time when you'll hear Mike say,
Gentlemen, let's broaden our minds.
This is the Ninja Troll Digicast, the defenders of all things geek culture.
Don't go ninja, nobody don't need ninja.